I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Okay, we walked down to the kitchen. So, how was the date? Yeah, tell us. Tara was fiercely scribbling down notes with the title War Plans. Okay. It was really quite nice. We actually made this cake and cookies yesterday together, Sleepy and I. I hope you all enjoy it. You're amazing, Violet. Thanks for making it for us. Thanks so much. They're so delicious. War of attrition is likely not an option. Okay. What are you writing there, Tara? Nothing. So, how come there's cookie batter everywhere? No matter where I look, I see batter on every surface of the kitchen. Why didn't we clean it up? You sure it was just baking together? I thought it was more than that. I charaded as if I was heartbroken. Who charades? What the heck? I gotta hand it to you, Violet. I didn't think you had it in you. Hubba hubba. What? Wait, no! Nothing like that happened! Allie and I laughed and made finger guns at each other. I don't get it. That's 'cause you're a good person, Yue. I think that Allie is trying to say is that Violet and Sleepy... Allie stuffed a cookie into Scarlet's mouth before she can finish her sentence. What happened to the comments? What do you mean? They look fine to me. What's going on with the comments? What you mean? They look fine to me, Frederick. What's going on with them? Okay. These cookies are useful, blah, blah, blah. Looks fine, okay. What's going on with the comments, Razor? It's my pleasure, Allie. Teach me too. Okay, I don't really care about all this. Sorry. It's fine. I just want to get to the creepy stuff, you know? Why didn't Sleepy? Let's kick off phase 3. Okay. And we're gonna be getting back to our old life soon. That's a promise. Well, unless you make a mess of the next 3 dates. First it's time to pick which one of them you'll go on your 3rd date with today. Should we just go down the line? We'll just work down the line like we did last time. Okay, we'll start with Allie. She's very forward. Allie is very forward. Sounds good, Arya. See you later. Yes, he was. That is correct. He was, Frederick. There just hasn't been a comment for a while, I guess. Okay. Whatever floats your boat, let's get the cameras rolling. Okay, we're starting our first third date or whatever. I guess they left. I have no idea. I guess they left. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, Allie is on the beach. You're not gonna believe this. What's that? All right, who took my keys? You've got 10 seconds before I take it out of Forrest's paycheck. B-Boy said, I'm just here watching. Oh, come on. We'll walk and talk. Come on. Well, let's walk. Maybe more like run. Forrest's going to be happy when he finds out that whatever. Come on, let's go. I'm in bed being lazy. Okay, we go running into the forest. What's going on? You're not going to believe what I just found. What's that? Well, I was wondering how to top the 2 previous dates when I stumbled upon... wait a minute. It'd be better if it was a surprise. I'm going to have to close my eyes again, right? I love how fast you're learning things. Okay, here we go. She was singing as she covered my eyes with one hand and pulled me along with the other. We're going step by step into the forest. We're going in a staircase, blah, 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 in the middle of the forest. Okay, and open the eyes. Oh. Okay, this is where we wake up. This is where we started. We were inside a small plane, the very same one I'd been rudely awakened in on my first day. How did you even... It was just sitting in the forest, so I thought, why not, right? I have so many questions. Wait a minute, are you planning on... Without even bothering to answer, Allie rushed to the cockpit. Oh, we're gonna fly it? Oh gosh. Okay, we're running for the door. She's pressing buttons. Are we really gonna try flying this thing? Okay, the engine of the plane roared as we took off. Okay, we're flying, I guess. Come on, be honest. You were thinking the same thing. You put a big, juicy red button there, completely unattended, and you expect a good citizen like me not to press it? You're bonkers. You've got a point, but do you have any idea how to fly this thing? Wait a minute, if you're talking to me here, then who's flying the plane? Technically nobody, but okay, we're crashing. Okay, the right wing of the plane crashed. Okay, we're crashing. We're crashing. We're crashing. We're crashing a lot. We don't need the wing. Exactly like kidneys. She said, who needs 2 wings? They're just like kidneys. Okay. Forget killer dating death shows. Forget Damien and Kat. Allie was going to be the death of me. I tried to run for the cockpit, but it was all I could do to stay upright. I'm just kidding. I've got this. Okay, she's going, she's running, and she stabilizes the plane, I guess. I really thought we were gonna, okay, and we crash again. Okay. We're crashing some more. We're crashing some more. Okay, are we done crashing now? Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, we started gaining altitude. Okay, now we're like flying. Before long, we're flying above the trees. And she's like, woohoo! And then we're both yelling, woohoo! It's a pretty great feeling, huh? Not dying in a fiery plane crash? Flying free. Without it, what's the point of living? Talking about freedom or flying? Ah, why not both? That said, there's another reason I flew us up here. What's that? This is the only place I could find on the island that wasn't bugged. No one can eavesdrop on us here. And sorry for the turbulence, but without it, they might have heard me disable the bugs in here. Believe me, I looked for a safe place as hard as I could. That's why I got the rollerblades and the boat earlier, to find a safe place to talk as fast as possible. I'm guessing you know what the show is really about then. Unfortunately, yeah, what a bummer, am I right? Unfortunately, I don't think you do, and I can't risk telling you everything either. What? Why? Believe me, you're better off not knowing. What? Allie, what are you hiding? Who are you really? Look, we don't have much time before we'll have to land. This thing's already almost out of fuel. Sure enough, we had already started descending. Please just trust me, I'm on your side. I know there's so many lies going around here, but I really want to help you get out of here. Though I have to admit, it wasn't on my to-do list at first. It's a good thing you're so cute. I'm kidding. Geez, do you trust me? I feel like we can trust Allie. Sure, let's trust her. You won't regret it, promise. So what can you tell me? There's no time. Long story short, there's something on this island I need to find that the people I work with need. It's life or death, not just for you or me, but for countless others. I came here to save you all, and I won't give up until I have. Though at this point, I have done all I can. It's in his hands now. Whose? No time to talk. We're almost back in range of the island's recording network. No matter what, don't tell anybody what happened here, not even a little bit. Not even if you think you can trust them. Are we clear? Crystal. Plane lower and lower. All right, we're about to go back in the recording zone. What else? What else? Don't do anything I wouldn't do. That really doesn't limit it much. I guess not. Okay, so Allie is in on it. After we landed, Kat scolded us for taking the plane. Kat and Allie seemed to be exchanged more than a few uneasy glances as we got off the plane. But luckily, nothing came of it. Next, the production staff separated Allie and I. It looks like Kat had arranged something special for the two of us. All I was told was that I wasn't allowed to see Allie until evening. Apparently, that's the nicest time to film. Till then, the production team helped me look for a part of the romantic novel protagonist. I was dressed to the nines. I must have I can't read. I must have sat through a few hundred photo shoots and interviews before they told me it was time to see her. But it was worth it. Wow, even for this island, this place is fancy with a capital F. Tell me about it, man. I broke one plate here, and I'll have to pay for it for the rest of my life. I mean, welcome to the Ocean Palace. Allow me to show you to your seat. All good, Razor. Sleep well. Have a good night. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate ya. Okay, we'd only taken a few steps. When I saw her, couldn't help but crack up. You know, I kind of expected you to be dressed up. What's the point? It'd just get ruined. How would it get ruined? Oh, you'll see. Come on. She reached for my hand, and we go along towards the door. and we stumbled against a table which knocked a plate onto the floor. It promptly shattered into a million pieces. In case you were watching, Cat, that was 2. Okay, gotcha. In case you were watching, Cat, that was 2. I knew I should have just been an accountant. She laughed as she pulled me along. We were outside. The night air never tasted so fresh. Each breath of air ran my wearies and fears. My fears and worries disappeared. Eventually, we ran all the way to the beach. Come on! She tightened her hand and pulled me along into the water. She laughed and we jumped in the water. And now we're kissing, and now we're kissing. Now we're going back to the beach. Okay, it's fine. I told you, she was very forward. She's very forward. Okay. You never know what to expect with you, you know. And you never will. It was a night to remember. Okay, it's fine. A little weird, but it's fine. Just like that, that was my last date with Allie. Time sure goes by quickly. I thought I'd find you here. Why's that? You tend to come out here when you're lost in thought is all. You're thinking about how the show's almost over, am I right? How'd you know? Lucky guess. Well, it's not over yet, so don't let up just yet. Speaking of which, how's your date with Allie? It was awesome. Probably shouldn't tell the whole truth, but enough of it should be good. It was awesome. I don't know how, but the more time I spend with Allie, the better it gets. Being married to her would make every day an adventure, and I like the sound of that. I'm sure it'd be an adventure, but the jury's out if it's one you'd walk away from. But I can see she makes you happy, and that counts for a lot nowadays. Though you might want to start wearing body armor if you want to stay that way. Anyway, I'd asked if you're thinking of choosing her in the end, but I'd rather wait and see how it plays out. You going to stay out here for long? Nah, I'll probably go back inside soon. I'll keep you company till then. I figure you might want to have a conversation with someone that won't get you killed if it's not TV worthy. Thanks, Cat. Don't mention it. You know, I'm curious, Cat. What's up? Let's say I knew I was screwed, that there was no way of me getting out of here alive, that the only way left for me to survive was to just run. Would you let me escape? Of course. I don't believe her. I don't believe her for a second. Thanks, Cat. That means a lot. It's no big deal. We stayed out for a little longer before we called it a night. I'm lucky I have someone I can trust on my side. You can't trust her. I don't trust her for a second. I do not trust her for a second. This is the worst place I thought I would wake up yesterday. Take that as a compliment. She laughed and pinched my cheek. Well, it's been a blast. Never mind. I'm not going to say anything. She's got some more cruising around to do. And we have another date. That's how the show goes. Sorry. And she was gone before we had a chance to finish. That woman is a force of nature. Okay. Good morning. You'll be happy to know that your third date with Allie yesterday was pretty well received. Not the highest rated we've had so far, but enough to give us more room to keep going. Sounds good enough to me. For your next date, make sure you pick someone who you think the audience will respond well to. Though at some point, I think you're a pretty good spot either way. I think we should pick Violet then. I think that they'll respond to Violet. I don't know. I had my doubts about Violet at first, but now I can see why she's the audience's favorite. Don't mess it up. Wouldn't dream of it. Okay, here we go. I found Violet in the same place I met her. She was taking out a fresh batch of cookies from the oven. Morning, Violet. I stood next to her and grabbed one of the cookies in one smooth motion. Ow, hot! I flung the cookie into my mouth anyway. Worth the pain. It was delicious. Wait a moment, you silly goose. You never fail to make me laugh, Sleepy. I admire that. I did a mocking bow with my arms behind my back and put on my best fancy accent. Pleasure's all mine, my lady. Stop, you. Who says that? Who says stop, you? No one says that. I wolfed down another cookie. You do know those are for sharing with everyone, right? I'm part of everyone. What's the problem here? We laughed together a bit. Ah, that reminds me. What's up? It's come to my attention that this show will be ending quite soon. Yeah, it is. Oh, do cheer up, please. I don't intend to feel sorry for myself. Instead, I want to use the time we have left to do something I've always longed to do. And what's that? What I want is to go on a date. The kind that normal people go on. The kind that I've only read about. Having a picnic, watching a movie at the theater, long walks on the beach. Even something crazy like a paint night. That's crazy, folks. That's crazy. And we could watch the sunset go down together. It'd be so romantic. Her enthusiasm was adorable, and she was practically bouncing around the room like a ping pong ball. Some of the dialogue in this game. I think we could make that happen. Can we now? Which one? Why not all of them? She's got the most beautiful smile. Really? You've got to be kidding me. You can count on me, Violet. I'll make it happen. Yay! She did a little cheer and dance. That said, I have no idea what to do. Guess this'll be touch and go. It wouldn't be fair if you figured out everything. Let me handle the picnic. She pulled out a basket from behind her. Care to join me in the lovely outdoors? I wouldn't miss it for the world. Okay. We walked outside for a while, then settled on a lovely spot, and we were eating our stuff in the sunlight, and she was beautiful. Dig in, I've brought plenty. Please don't hold yourself back. I've got to be the luckiest person alive. Save that talk for after you try this. I'm letting you have the first bite. Should I be worried? Just kidding. She laughed, and she spoon-fed me an egg roll, I guess. Called it, I'm the luckiest person alive. Not just because the food's delicious, but because you're here next to me. You've made this week so special. I feel the same way. And there's more where that came from. You're absolutely right. I've got something prepared for just the two of us next. You owe me one, Sleepy. We enjoyed the delicious food and conversation for the rest of the afternoon. We walked back to the mansion hand in hand, smiling all the while. Next stop, the only movie theater on the island. I didn't know we had a room like this in the mansion. I'm not surprised. Tara's pretty territorial about this room from what I've seen and heard. But right now, it's our very own private movie theater. I did a little jazz hands. She clapped. Woohoo! I made a dramatic bow. Woohoo! Okay. This is so dramatic. We put on a rom-com. And the story was about a girl who moved to a place called New York to become a writer, falls in love with a boy she meets there, and eventually realizes her dream and her love. It wasn't anything special, but Violet was thoroughly entranced by the whole movie. I was more entranced by her, of course. After the credits rolled, Violet practically burst into tears. This was the best movie I've ever seen in my whole life. My whole life! Then how about we take a scene you liked from the movie and turn it into a painting? You didn't. Just wait here for a second. Okay. I didn't know where to find art supplies, but I knew if there's anyone who could, it was Kat. Kat, I think you know the sitch. You got some nerve putting this together at the last minute, but I like that about you. 4, set up everything they need for a paint night in the main hallway. Stat! He said, "Aw man, I just finished my shift. Even better, you've got free time for this." And so we started painting. I'll paint a picture of Violet and I watching the movie together. This counts, right? What are you painting? I'm painting a picture of us watching the movie. It's the most beautiful scene from the movie, you know. It's a shame not to capture it. You are quite the flirt, you know that? But I like that about you. So which scene are you painting? I'm drawing the scene where the girl runs out in the rain and the boy that she loves... Wait, to tell the boy that she loves him, it was just so romantic. I could tell by the way she's putting her whole heart into the painting. She captured the scene perfectly. Blah, blah, blah. An hour or so later, we finished, completed our artwork. She's an incredible artist. Of course she is. That was embarrassing, but it was worth it. Her laughter was interrupted by her stomach. Mother would punish me for sure if she heard me make a sound like that, but who cares? Is it time for dinner? I do believe it is. I volunteered to cook, but she wanted to go back to the restaurant that we went on our first date to. Apparently, she was trying too hard to be prim and proper back then and didn't actually get to eat as much as she wanted. She ate up a storm, almost literally. Almost. We spent dinner wolfing down delicious food without a care in the world and laughing about scenes in the movie and our little artsy adventure. Then, finally, we went for the long-awaited walk on the beach. We held hands, the waves were crashing. At times, we talked without end. Other times, we enjoyed each other's company and warmth in silence. Either way, we were as happy as can be. We talked about how the past, present, the future were so different than before because of each other. You know, Sleepy, if you asked me to marry you right now, without a doubt, I'd accept. I know it sounds quite crazy to say that in such a short period of time, but I just know. And then she kisses me. Oh my goodness. It was a perfect, lovely date. Do, 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 do. After my date with Violet, I waited outside till the time I'd expect to see Kat, but she never showed up. I guess she already has enough footage for today. May as well try to find her. No one's here. Looks like the snacks from before are gone too. Not here either. Ah. Kat was at a table writing something down at a frantic pace with one hand against her head. Hey Kat, what's up? Oh, hey Sleepy, I didn't see you there. How are you doing? That depends on what you're ominously writing. You looked just like someone who just realized I was dead meat. Oh, this? Don't worry about it. Somebody's dead meat, but it's not you. Yay? I'm just kidding. I'm just fixing up some of the balance sheets Tu was working on. Being an accountant was really never in the cards for them, despite what they say. Sit down. I'll be stuck here for quite a while. Sure, sounds good. I sat next to Kat at the table. So, how did today's date with Violet go? It was awesome! Somehow she takes my breath away with how cool she can be, and at the same time makes me laugh like a child alongside her. I had no idea I'd fall for her so hard after our first meeting, but I couldn't help myself. And now what I want most is to make her the happiest woman in the world. Now that's what I'd like to hear. I had my doubts at first, but you two really stole the show. And with good reason. I feel like our viewers got to see a glimpse of what your lives together would be like. Maybe the mess in the kitchen won't be from the dough next time, No comment. Anyway, you've done great till now. I don't know if what you've said to each of the girls really is true, but don't stop now. You've got just one more day and you'll be able to finally leave this place, and you'll tell me what my old life was like? Of course. I mean, if I didn't, where would you even go? Fair point. You look like you've got something on your mind. I'm just thinking about tomorrow. You've been getting the best ratings I'd ever seen. I just hope it's enough. The rating requirements for the last day and the last day are the highest. I'm sure it's going to be fine, don't worry. I've made it this far. Nothing's going to stop me from making it to the end. I hope so, for your sake. So, when I'm out of here, what are we going to do? Are you going to move on to the next killer dating show? I don't know. You are my career coach. You want to know my 5-year plan too? I get the feeling that 5 years from now, you'd rather not be here. There is no plan. I'm just taking it one day at a time. That's really all anyone can do in the crazy world. Anyway, gotta get back to work. Good luck. You'll need it. Thanks, Kat. I'll see you later. Good night. Tomorrow's going to be the last date. I'll need all the rest I can get. Guess I'll call it a night. Oh, we're actually getting a dream this time. If you weren't here last time, the dreams are really weird. And they've kind of been teaching us about what happened before we, woke up in the dating show. So, basically what we know that the one chick who we dated the first time around that we weren't allowed to date this time, she's kind of trying to help us escape. And we're trying to escape with one of the girls, but we don't know which girl it is. Anyway, that's the very simple summary of it all. The performance is coming to a close. The actors and actresses come out one by one, ready to take their bows. I would clap, but I'm waiting for you and only you. Oh, that was it? Okay. Waking up next to Violet. Okay. We're apparently sleeping around with all the girls, I guess. I don't know. We're watching her wake up. It's the most beautiful thing ever. Good morning. Morning to you too. Do you mind if we just perhaps stay here for a spell? Not one bit. Fantastic. She rolled herself towards me and we hugged. She said no take-backs. We lay together in bed all morning, enjoying each other's warmth and company. I don't want this moment to end. I simply cannot wait till we leave here together, Sleepy. We will be the greatest partnership for all time. An empire like no other. I do like an ambitious woman. Ah, it's time for you to spend some time with another girl, no? Yeah, sorry about that. It's in the contract. It's no matter. To bicker about this would be fruitless. It's the nature of the show. Do entertain yourself with whoever today's date will be. But know that anything she could offer would pale to what a queen could. Oh, Tay. Oh, here's Damien. You're running out of time, Kit Kat. It's going to be fine. Just watch. Good morning, Cat. Morning, Sleepy. How'd you sleep? Pretty well, thanks. You bet you did. That bed is worth more than your life. Ah, that reminds me. Why can't the staff have the same kind of bed that Sleepy has? Do I look like I'm made of money? You literally own this island. If I give the staff beds, the next thing they'd ask for is minimum wage. No, thanks. Minimum wage. I said that weird. He walked away. How about that 5-year plan, huh? Maybe the brothers were onto something with this whole accountant thing. Anyway, it's time for the last date. You ready? It's time to make or break. I'm ready as I'll ever be. Then without further ado, lights, camera, don't get yourself killed. Slay. I found Tara sleeping on the sofa in the games room. She looks so peaceful. Maybe I'll come back later. Zombies everywhere! Ah! She bolted up suddenly. You okay? Ooh, it was just a dream. I'm good now, no worries. Seems like it was a pretty crazy dream. No kidding, I dreamed that we were all getting turned into zombies. Luckily, there's no way that could ever happen. Did you go to bed late? Heck yeah, I spent all night working on the game, and I finished it too. Care to join me on testing it out? I added some new features if you'd like to try. Sure, I'd love to. It looked like the same game I had played before. The off-brand Stardew Valley is the game that she's been making. Stardew Valley plus zombies, basically. What am I looking for? You'll see. I started up the game. Moments later, I saw Tara's avatar run up to me. You made it just in time. The new event is about to start. What's the new event? As if on cue, giant robotic pigeons flew from the sky and started to attack our avatars. Ah! Let's fight the pigeons. I ran towards the pigeons, preparing for a fight of a lifetime. Don't worry, I gotcha. Tara pulled out a giant can of pigeon repellent and started blasting away. What the frick is pigeon repellent? I think someone's bugged. It's not working at all. I guess I gotta fix that. Hi, Lingo. What is up? While Tara was laughing at her own mistake, I was being lifted up into the sky by the pigeons. I think I'm screwed. Why are those pigeons taking me? I tried to move my avatar, but there was no way to resist the death grip of the robo-pigeon. Don't worry, they're about to fly into the territory of the maple syrup dragon. The what? Uh-oh. Screen lit up in a blast of flying maple syrup. I never thought I'd ever say something like that, but here we are. The maple syrup slammed into the pigeons and forcefully struck their wings together. As a consequence, they started to fall to the ground at breakneck speed. Ah! Save me! I hadn't saved yet! I knew I forgot something. I forgot to add the ability to save. I'll have to write that down. As Tara took notes, I rapidly fell to my doom. I'm happy for you, but if you could just for a minute... My avatar smacked into the ground, pigeon first, and instantly died on impact. Aw, man, I had so much stuff. Is there at least a respawn mechanic? I've never died before in this game. Of course! Just hit the retry button. I pressed the button and watched the world around me reset to the village. And except now the village seemed to be 10 times bigger than before. Wait, when did the village get so big? Then it dawned on me. Oopsies, I went too far. I got small! We took a more careful look at my avatar. I was a pigeon again. I sighed. At the time, Tara was giggling like a child. We spent a few hours testing out the rest of the game's new features. Thankfully, there were no more pigeon Easter eggs. There's one last thing I want to test out, if that's okay. Will it end with me getting turned into a pigeon? No. Just come with me. I followed her avatar to the cabin we shared in the woods. When we got there, she turned around, walked up to me, and held out an item I'd never seen before. She walked up to me and gave me an item called Ring If You're Pretty Cool. What's this? Let me try to explain. I came up I came onto this show with no idea what it was about. Personally, I thought it was stupid at first, but hanging out with you has been so much fun. I never really got to work on my hobbies with anybody till I met you. Honestly, I've never had someone share all my crazy crap with but you're different, so I guess what I'm trying to say is you're pretty cool, and I hope we can keep doing this even after the show is over. Sounds like a plan. I've got to say, you caught me off guard with this. Why's that? You giving this ring to me? Well, it could be a little misleading. You're not making any sense. We laughed together, then walked back to the mansion with spring in our step. We played the day away without a care in the world. Well, that's enough gaming for today. You up for a movie date? Sure. What do you want to watch? How about... Whoa! Then I saw something I'd never seen before and would never see again. The sky outside rapidly turned from orange to black, as if it were water being drowned in the darkest ink. Then the bright sun in the sky went out like a candle in the wind. Whoa, what's going on? She held my hand tight. I could feel that she was scared. I didn't have a chance to respond before I heard a rush of footsteps coming towards us in the dark. Something isn't right. Oh no, we're surrounded. A familiar voice cut through the short silence of me holding my breath. I'm sorry, Sleepy, you just didn't make the cut. We've got to get out of here. Just make it quick, please. This is the same thing that happened the first time. Sleepy, I'm scared. What's happening? I clasped her hand as tight as I could. We need to get out of here. Come on. I didn't even make it 3 steps before I was tackled down and handcuffed behind my back. Sleepy, hold on. I yelled at her to run, but she came back to try and help me. Tara, you've got to get out of here. She screamed. They must have got her. It was no use. Even though she was right in front of me, I was powerless to get even an inch closer. They tackled her down in an instant. I heard the clink of the handcuffs as they dragged her away. I struggled with everything I had to get up to save her, to run for what felt like an eternity, then nothing. Okay. I woke up on an operating table, the kind you'd see in a nightmare. My first instinct was to get up and get off, but there were braces. Okay, this is the same stuff that happened the last time. Morning, Sleepy, what's going on? Get me out of here. I'm afraid I can't do that, and honestly, I'm getting tired of explaining why. Let's just speed this along, shall we? What are you talking about? She placed some kind of helmet on my head. I tried to avoid it, but the brace around my neck made it impossible to maneuver. Please, Cat, don't do this. I could hear the hum of a massive generator turning on behind me. She raised her hand, revealing a trigger switch with a single red button. See you soon, Sleepy. She pressed it. The curtain closes. You're taking your bow, and when you lift your head, I can see you clearly for the first time. It's you, the one I've been waiting all this time to see, the one who made me dream of a life together far from this island. You've been right by me all this time. Tomorrow's the day, Sleepy. You nervous? Who wouldn't be? You've got a point. She reached for my hand and held it tightly. You okay? You sure we should be doing this? I don't want you to be punished just because I want to get out of here. Hey, Cat. We've always been a team, you and me. It's been Cat? I never trusted her, though. I don't think this is right. No matter what, we're in this together. Thanks, Sleepy. How did things come to this? The escape failed. I've been surrounded, beaten, shot, betrayed. The love of my life, she shot me. I'm bleeding out rapidly. I try my best to slow the bleeding, but it's no use. What did you do to her? I choke out every last word. I didn't do anything. You were too busy making hard eyes at Cat here to see where her true loyalties lied. I'm sorry, Sleepy, but it's true. I don't understand. Why don't you tell him, dear? Damien is my father. That doesn't look... They should have aged him a little bit. Anyway. Anyway, I knew you were planning something the moment you came to this island, but you didn't trust me enough to tell me what exactly it was. So I became close to you and told you just what you wanted to hear, and then you told me everything I needed to know. As soon as you told me your plan, there was no way you were ever going to escape from this island. Why are you saying this? Now that's my girl. You really are my daughter. Why? I love that look on your face, Sleepy. You know, you've got an expression that would be perfect for my next show. And it just so happens we've got an opening just for you. It's no use. I've lost too much blood. The world turned dark. This is the end. Keep him alive. Sleepy. You might think I'm showing you mercy, but believe me, by the end of this, you're going to wish that I had just let Cat kill you. Why? Why Cat? Why would you? I barely have time to breathe before the waves pull me under once more. Where am I? I'm underwater. It's so dark and cold. I try to move, but I'm so tired. It takes all my strength to reach my hand out forward. Feels like glass. I'm trapped in some kind of tank. I want to sleep for just It stopped. Oh. Is someone there? I can feel someone's presence. I open my eyes, and I can see... Allie! Hang on, it's just a little longer, Sleepy. Who are you? The woman in front of me looked at me with pity. Huh? Oh, is that the die trying part? I hit the glass with what little strength I have. You're awake! I'm so glad, but you're gonna wish you were asleep for the next bit, trust me, and sorry in advance. She moved towards some kind of terminal next to my tank and pressed a button. As if on cue, it was as if every nerve in my body was set on fire. I screamed and thrashed around, but it did nothing to alleviate the pain. Oh, will you look at that? Looks like our little hero's got some life left in him. You know, Sleepy, you're in luck. Usually, I'd just kill you for this, but a new opportunity's just opened up, and I think you'd be a perfect fit. I'm sorry, Sleepy, but it's true. I don't understand. Why don't you tell him, dear? Damien is my father. We've already been over this. Always the hero, aren't you, Sleepy? You should be more worried about yourself. You knew the rules. If you try to escape the island, you die. It didn't have to be like this, but I'm done talking. Goodbye. Hold on just a little longer, Sleepy. She looked away from me as if she had heard something. What? I couldn't tell. Crap, they're almost here. We're running out of time. I'm sorry, Sleepy. I won't be able to give you back all your memories, but this will have to be enough. She pressed another button on the terminal. I've got to run back to my tank or they'll know something's up. She pressed her hand against the glass. Hold on just a little longer, okay? I'll get us out of here. The pain, it stopped. The world turned dark. Okay. I've been here before. Are we starting over? I'm sleepy. I'm on some kind of dating show. Find love or die trying. Allie, she helped me. I've got to find her. You're up early. Most people around here usually need a little more to wake them up. Cat, I remember now. I tried to escape the island with her. She pretended to be my lover. She betrayed me and shot me too. She's the reason I'm trapped here. It's only fragments I can remember, but I remember enough to know that she's bad news. We've done this song and dance over and over many times, more times than I can count by now. I've been in love with and chosen Allie, Scarlet, Tara, Violet, and Yue, each of them countless times. Am I a bad person? Come to think of it, I can't remember what happened before the show started either. I need to find Allie, but first, for the problem at hand, if I want to get out of here, I can't let Cat know that I remember what's happened before. I've got to play dumb. Sorry, who are you? Will she buy it? Walk with me, there's a lot to get you up to speed on. The name's Cat, I'm the producer for a new show, Find Love or Die Trying. And what's your name? I don't remember. Looks like it's the same beginning as usual. Learn about the killer dating show rules, meet the girls before the show starts. Scarlet is your fave? Fair. She's a good one. Yue, I don't remember meeting you before the show, but I'm glad I got to meet you again. It's impossible not to feel happier when I see your smile. You'd think that the staff would have learned to cook better by now. There's so much more to you than you show the world, Violet. It is fun. You're good. I got you, Luxel. Scarlet, you're still hiding that you're reading that magazine with another book. It brings a smile to my face every time. I think I know what happened to you now. Wait, I don't know what happened to her. Do I know what happened to her? Do I know what happened to Scarlet? What does that mean? You still have no idea what you got into, Tara. Killer dating show or not, I love to see the way you see the world. And finally, Allie, you never gave up on getting us out of here even after all this time. Howdy, Sleepy. I hear you're the suitor. Care to join me for a jog? There's a place in the forest I'd love to go for a run around with you. It'd be my pleasure. We went for a jog, exchanging banter like we'd always done when we met each other. The second we got to the unrecorded area of the forest, her smile faded. Hi, Bronze. What's up? Scarlet is the best. I kind of like Allie, though. I kind of like Allie. She's very vigilante. I like that. I guess so is Scarlet, because she was in our dream. She's very vigilante. I'm glad you got the hint, Sleepy. You haven't given yourself away to anyone yet, right? No, I haven't. As far as Cat knows, I don't remember anything as usual. Sweet, I knew I was right to help you first. Really, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. I've got to ask, how do you escape the tank in the first place? Honestly, I got lucky. Usually the tank knocks me out right away, but the last time, I think something must have bugged out. I saw my chance and took it. Anything's better than being stuck here forever. I'm sorry I couldn't get all your memories back. Don't worry about it, Allie. All I could ask for is a fighting chance, and you gave that to me. Don't mention it. I mean, duh, I'm hands down the MVP. Anyway, it's about time I tell you the truth, Sleepy. I'm from the Resistance. You can think of us as a covert group of concerned citizens who have a few bones to pick with the world's current management, and those bones are their necks. Joking aside, we are fighting a war here. That war will be won with information that lives on this island and only here. There was no way that we could ever find this place, not by conventional means, but then we found out about the show, and so they sent you here. Actually, I volunteered. Believe me, the others didn't want me to, but I knew I had to. I was the one with the least to lose. Allie, it was pretty easy getting in, all things considered. All I had to do was write a report that labeled me as suspicious of conspiring against the government, take a few cute selfies, and boom, I was flown here. Didn't go too great since then, though. But that was when I was a lone wolf. I've got you now. And we'll get out of here together. Sound good to you? Sounds like a plan. I haven't even told you the plan yet. But since you're so excited, let's get right to it. There's two things we need to do. One, we need to bring the other girls' memories back. We won't be able to get their trust or work with them till we do, and we'll need their help for part 2. And what's that? 2, we need to get the crap out of here. Sounds about right. Easier said than done, though. It's going to take a heck of a lot of setup and coordination. There's a small army of armed and trained staff tasked with keeping us here, not to mention us needing a way off the island. I'll figure it out as we go, but for now, how about you go on a date with Scarlet today? I can do that, but how does that relate to us getting out of here? I'd tell you if I thought you could be a better actor. Believe me, you'll know why later. Anyway, let's head back to the mansion. We don't want Cat to start looking for us. Sounds good to me. You're really something, you know? That's putting it lightly. I wonder how many times we've done the show. Sleepy, there you are. Sorry, I got carried away exploring the island. I've got to be careful around Cat. I know exactly what she's capable of firsthand. Is that so? Well, it's no harm, but you'll have a whole week to explore, you know? You've got One date with each of the girls for the first 5 days, a little something special for day 6, and then the final ceremony where you propose to one of the girls. That sounds like the perfect amount of time to figure out if we're meant to be together. You'd be surprised. Anyway, let's get the show on the road. Who do you want to spend the date for your first date with? Sorry. Oh my gosh. Scarlet, there's just something about her, you know? Okay. I found Scarlet inside the library, the place I'd most often meet her for the first time. She always looked so happy when she was reading. It did the heart good to try and make her smile the same way when I talked with her. We became fast friends again. The similarity of our situations might have played a part in that. Still, I'm not sure why Allie insisted in me going on a date with Scarlet today. Sure, getting her memories back will be a huge win, but... Hey, Scarlet, Sleepy. I'm glad you're safe. Things are going crazy out there. What's happening? I know it sounds crazy, but there's a horde of zombies outside. The Brothers 5 and a lot of our behind-the-scenes help went crazy, and... Scarlet, you did this, didn't you? Wait, what? I've been here the whole time with Sleepy. I couldn't have. I've never heard of anything like this. Wait, what? I can vouch for her. We've both been here since our date started. Well, either way, I bet you can create a cure for it, no? I mean, I probably could, but I'd need my equipment. I'm not sure why, but I can't find it anywhere. Follow me. You can use our lab. Actually, we followed Kat to the games room. Kat put her hand against the wall of the games room, revealing a hidden trap door. She walked in and beckoned for us to follow. We walked down spiraling stairs for who knows how long. I lost track more than a few times. I've been reading so much. It's crazy. I remember this place. You should have everything you need in this room to make a cure. Oh, okay. Just don't go snooping around. This lab belongs to R&D, and we could get in trouble if you do. Actually, this place doesn't have everything I need. What else do you need? To build a cure, I'm gonna need a sample of whatever this is. I need a live specimen. I'm sure you can help with that, Sleepy. Why me? Why me? I've got some editing that needs my attention. You've got this. And just like that, she was gone. If it makes you feel better, I'll help you catch somebody. You sure? If you're the one who can make the cure, then it might be better if you stay back. No thanks. There's no way I'm letting you out there alone. I don't want you to think I'm weird, but I've just got this feeling that I'd be pretty good at collecting unwilling zombie specimen. That is weird, but in any case, she's absolutely correct. Some memories must be intact if they're kept below the surface. Well, let's get on with this. Okay, let's get on with this. We get back to the surface. There are zombies everywhere. We wouldn't stand a chance against a group, so we spend the day trying to split them up. Brains and bananas. We're in luck. We finally got an isolated sample. How are we supposed to bring him in, though? One bite and we're finished. I've got just the thing. Scarlet pulled out a pair of brass knuckles. What? She gonna punch him? Where did you even get that? Is that really important right now? You mind looking the other way for a second? It's embarrassing. Sure, Scarlet. I turned around. I hope your health insurance covers this. Once more with feeling. Did she just punch the daylights out of a zombie? The frick? Are we the bad guys? The heck? I mean, I guess I can see why you guys like her. That's fair. We dragged him back to the mansion, paying careful attention to not run into any more of the zombies. Scarlet opened the hidden trap door in the games room, and I pulled his unconscious body in. My hand slipped, causing his body to tumble down the stairs. Oopsies. He just kept going and going. I know, I'll get him. Better get him quick, or we're not going to have a live specimen. Luckily, I managed to catch him pretty quickly. We put him on the operating table for Scarlet to analyze. Interesting. What's up, Scarlet? This virus, it's pretty clear it's man-made. Even more interesting is that it looks like something I would make. Not that I ever made zombie viruses. Yes, you have. It's kind of cute how you try to hide it. Cat, you there? Weird. I thought Cat was supposed to be able to hear us from anywhere on the island. Maybe there's no microphones all the way down here? I guess so. I was going to tell her we've got a cure now. Sweet. Great work, Scarlet. You bet I did. We administered the cure to 4, then went back upstairs. Cat, you there? What's up, Scarlet? I've been waiting hours for you guys. You two done yet? We've got the cure now. We'll need your people's help to help administer it. We'll be right in. Lay low for now. We're coming to get you. In the meantime, Sleepy, how about you tell me about yourself? Oh my gosh, it'd be my pleasure. With Cat's help, we managed to quell the zombie plague with just enough time left in the day for a lovely dinner with Scarlet. After that, I went for a night walk with Allie to somewhere safe from prying eyes. You should buy a girl dinner first before you murder her in the woods, you know. I think I found the way to bring the others' memories back. You found their lab, didn't you? Pretty much. Sweet, I wasn't sure how to get back there after they shipped us out of there. Okay, that was a mouthful of a sentence. Anyway, so that's a huge win. So where is it? There's a secret trapdoor in the games room. You just have to press a hidden panel in the wall. You said how are we supposed to get in without being seen? There's cameras everywhere, and Scarlet and I were only allowed to enter because of the whole pandemic. Don't you worry about that. I've got an inside man. 4 is going to be helping us override a few cameras and microphones in the mansion with old recordings. 4? That way we can get in and stay inside long enough to get their memories back without raising any sort of fuss. Brother that we KO'd today down the stairs? What's that look for? I'm surprised he's still standing after today, to be honest. I wouldn't work with people who go down that easy. Was 4 always working with you? Nope, never till now, but we can't afford to refuse his help. I've had him prove his trustworthiness. Don't worry, you can count on him. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, we have everything we need for the first part of the plan. Up for a trip down memory lane together? Sounds like a plan. Okay, here we go. Plan is afoot. Plan is afoot. You guys have to see this. Trust me. Allie put her hand against the secret panel. A second later, the wall parted to reveal a winding staircase. 4 became intimately and repeatedly familiar with. Did Allie prove 4's trust before or after his little trip down the stairs? Whoa, you guys found my secret spot already? I'm sorry, what? I found this place this morning. I sat near the top of the stairs and played for a while. It was more fun to play in the dark. Hold me back, Sleepy. Fair response. Fair response. Allie explained the situation as we walked down the stairs. Sure enough, they were skeptical, except for Scarlet. Kind of like this music. Okay, your story makes a little more sense when you come down here. We walk towards the machines in a mixture of awe and fear. The markings on this machine, my father's company made these. Why? They didn't. Not my baby. I'm sorry, everyone. I wish what I had to say wasn't true, but it is. I don't know why we're being kept here, why they film the show over and over, but I know that if we don't escape and fast, they're going to kill us sooner or later. Sleepy and I are going to do our very best to make sure all of us can get out of here alive. And to do that, I need you to trust me. Trust you with what? I need you to trust me enough to step back into the tanks they kept you in. For us to escape, we all have to have our memories back. Otherwise, you won't trust us enough. I'd have to be quite foolish to step inside this tank because someone said so. Violet, you can trust her. Excuse me? I know she's telling the truth about this machine because I built this. Allie. This isn't the first time we've met, is it? No, it isn't. We've gotten to know each other quite a few times by now. It's a strange feeling. On one hand, this is horrible. On the other, I'm glad that the machine works. Fair. Fair, Scarlet. Maybe one day we'll put it to use the way it should be. All right, I'll trust you. We just walk back into the machine? Thank you, Violet. I know it'd be difficult to trust me, so I appreciate it. There's a machine that should have your name on it. Go into it, and then Sleepy and I will start the reversal process. I do hope this works. It should, but it might hurt a bit. Do spare me from the details, please. Scarlet and Violet walk into their respective machines. I don't really get it, but I trust you, Sleepy. And besides, I got a thing for big things made out of metal. They're like mecha, I guess. Is this going to hurt? Should we lie and tell her it won't hurt? It won't hurt a bit. I'll take your word for it. Rip. Rip her. Rip her. All right, they're in their tanks. Let's do this. On it. Even if it was necessary for all of us, their screams from the reversal process were almost more than I could take. Allie and I covered our ears as Violet, Scarlet, UA, and Terra remembered years of memories in a matter of minutes. After doing all this, we better be getting out of here. Rip. Violet, Scarlet, UA, and Terra stepped out of their tanks after what must have felt like hours to them. Guys, you okay? This probably isn't the time to mention it, but I made a bet with Four about what would happen when they got their memories back. What did you bet? I'm going to watch from a safer distance if you don't mind. Oh gosh. Fair, we did fall in love with all of them multiple times, so this was bound to happen. If looks could kill, the girls that had just gotten out of the tanks would have killed me several times over. They ran to me yelling and screaming, "You five-timing little cheater! Wait, I can explain! Too late, they were on me like hyenas. Ah! Rip us, rip us. Okay, now that we've all come down, how about we go over the escape plan? It better be good, Allie. For your sake, Sleepy. Out with it then. All right, listen up. Over the next hour, Allie explained her plan from start to finish. A whole hour plan? Whole hour just to explain the plan? Bruh. Trust me, it's the best we got. If this is our plan, we're doomed. All right, slay. We've been doomed this whole time anyway. Congrats, Sleepy. You've made it today, too. You really gave our audience a run for their money yesterday with Scarlet, and that's before we got the zombies involved, believe it or not. I'm glad to hear that. You think you'll choose Scarlet at the end of this? Too early to say. I figure it's best to make things more uncertain as possible, not get too focused on any one girl. Kat said that getting low ratings during the show could end up with them shutting it down early. If that happens this time, then game over. The only reason why we're able to make these moves right now is because Allie's machine glitched out. Who knows if that would ever happen again. There's no room for error. Too early to say right now, but she's definitely up there, Kat. I like the sound of that. But you know what I like even more? Drama. And what better way to start the fire than a full day date with another woman? If it ain't broke. So who's it gonna be? Have you ever noticed that there's only one room in the mansion that's locked? Nope, not even a bit. Really? It's right by the games room, and it's not the hidden one. I'm starting to understand why you've been stuck here all this time. I was snooping around at night looking for snacks when I saw Kat open it, using a black key that she kept on a key ring in her pocket. Empty Head No Thoughts. Facts. That's me. That's me. Empty Head No Thoughts. It's definitely a master key. I've seen her use the same key both in the mansion as well as on other buildings. Sounds like it'd be pretty good to get our hands on that. Exactly. If you give me that key for even a minute, I can make a mold of it and we can use a duplicate key. I'm betting that would be pretty helpful for helping us get out of here, to put it lightly. That's awesome, but wouldn't Kat notice her master key going missing? You're absolutely right, especially if you or I try to take it. I'm feeling a but coming, but it won't be you or I taking it. Tomorrow, ask to take UA on a date. Let me go get UA. By the end of tonight, you'll both understand why it has to be the two of you. I'd say sounds like a plan, but I have no idea what's going on. Okay? Trust me, Sleepy. When have I ever been wrong? I could list every single date we've been on as evidence. Those don't count. UA. There's just something about her, you know? We'll make it happen. Oh, that was like a flashback. Okay, I see. It was the first date since getting all of the girls' memories back. We went for a walk in the woods, the same date we had when we truly had met for the first time. It was a little awkward at first, figuring out how to not give away what we knew on camera, but we figured it out pretty quick. It's so nice to see you again, Sleepy. I feel the same way, Yue. After all this time, it's got to be fate, hasn't it? It must be. To be honest, I feel like things are going a little over my head. This show, meeting you again, everything, it's just moving so fast. Sometimes I feel like everything's just moving too fast for me to keep up. But with you, everything feels right. Like I know it's going to be okay. Would it be okay if we just spend today this way? She leaned in closer and put her arms around me. I wouldn't have it any other way, Yue. Wait a minute. What about getting the master key? Ah, I can tell from your face what you're thinking about. Don't worry, I've got that covered. Bun, bun, bun. Oh, Bun Cubed! Bun Cubed is back! Bun Cubed! Darted out of a nearby bush and ran to Yue's side. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. She picked him up and hugged him tight. It was impossible not to smile. Almost forgot! Bun Cubed! Hunt! Bun Cubed leapt out of her arms and dashed towards the mansion. And with that out of the way, how about we talk for a little while longer? What just happened? Bun Cubed! She reached for my hand and held it tight. I'd like that. We walked and talked for hours. When we took breaks, we laid next to each other on the grass, talking about anything and everything. Yue's a lovely girl. At times I remember how dire the situation we were in, and I couldn't help but freeze up. But Yue, I'm never afraid. Oh, but with Yue, I'm never afraid to face those fears. She makes me braver with just a smile. Even when she couldn't ask directly about what was on my mind, she found ways to comfort me despite that, and in turn to make her smile made me feel lighter than air. A life with her would be wonderful. I've got to make sure to get us all out of here safe. Sleepy? Yeah? I love you. Oh my gosh. I hope we can spend another day together just like this, soon. Me too. We walked back to the mansion together, hand in hand, then went our separate ways. Sleepy, you would not believe what happened to me today. What happened, Cat? I got attacked by some kind of forest monster. It was at least 10 feet tall, had monstrous teeth, and there was at least 5 of them. It took everything I had not to laugh. Luckily, I managed to fight them off without any permanent injury. I made sure that Ford deleted the footage. That crap was both embarrassing and traumatic. That's good to know. This is the worst run yet, man. What do you mean by that? Oh, nothing. I've just had a long day. I'll bet. You should get some rest while you have the chance. 5 forest beasts is nothing to sniff at. You're making fun of me, aren't you? Not at all. Forest beasts affect 1 in 10 people. It could happen to you. Right. I'll see you later, Sleepy. Good night. Oh, Tay. Mission success. I can't believe that worked. How did you train your pet bunny to do all that? It's all thanks to our special training last night. I may have made a few contracts with a few devils from the forest, but I'm sorry, what? I'm half kidding. Don't worry about it. Not the devils in the forest. Not the devils. Are the keys ready to use? Not yet, which sucks. It's going to take a little longer for the makeshift plaster to set. Where'd you get plaster from, by the way? Believe me, knowing more about how we got it will not make you any happier as a person. I'm cool with not knowing. Anyway, the keys will probably be usable by tomorrow morning, but you'll have to have your next date by then. We'll test them out as soon as it's night tomorrow. Sound good? Sounds good to me. Awesome. Let's go, team. How about you let the rest of the girls know, Sleepy? Forrest disabled audio recordings in the house last night, or in the house at night, so we should be able to go, so we should be good to talk back up there. Oh my gosh, I can't read anymore. I can't read anymore. I'll let them know. It's so good, especially lingo, especially when I called myself by my own name. As if I was talking to myself. That was a good time. I walked back up the staircase back to the mansion. Where are they? I can hear some sounds from the kitchen. I'll make my way over there. Violet's there. Hey, Violet, how are you? Goodness, apologies, Sleepy. I didn't see you there. You seemed pretty deep in thought. What's on your mind? Hey, second's pretty good, Nalum. Besides to say hundreds of different versions of memories of the same week, I'm worried for the people back home. Yue has her sisters to worry about, though she tries not to burden anyone with that feeling. Everyone has family out there, and who knows what's happened to them in the last, well, however long we've been trapped here. Rip. Sorry, Nalum. I've never gotten along with my parents that well, but even so, they must be worried sick. I'm sure they're doing fine, Violet. And they're going to be so happy to see you again. You're right. Though there's no way you could know that for sure, could you? I guess so, but you've got to believe, right? I suppose you're right once again. When we finally escape this dreadful place, I'm going to hold them so tight. It's kind of funny. What is, Violet? I told you I had a twin sister, right? Yeah, you did. Her name was Viola? That would be her. She was always my parents' favorite. You know, the type. She came first in just about everything, while I did not. Even so, we got along just fine. I was proud to call her my sister. Then there was the accident. She saw the car before I did. She moved to protect me before I could, and in the end, she was hit before I was, and she died for it. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Violet. Before then, I had no problem being second place to her, but for her sake, for just that one time, I wish I had come in first. I'm oversharing, aren't I? I apologize. It's okay, Violet. Just say what you're feeling. You're kind, Sleepy. It's something I adore about you, you know. After Viola died, I did my very best to live up to the standards she set for my parents. You could probably guess how well that went. I wasn't as good as running the business or appearing prim and proper or even things like finding a partner. It's a little embarrassing, really. That's the whole reason why I came here. My parents saw an ad for the show and thought it might help me. Or perhaps they just wanted to kick me out of the house to make more room for my new baby brother. I couldn't resist the chance for them to support me for once. At times, I feel like I can't do anything right. Look at how this show has developed. This is a nightmare in every regard. Violet, yes. I held my arms tightly. You're an incredible woman, and believe me, there's nothing you can't do. I've seen you put the fear of God into the Brothers Five and make delicious meals that some people would probably kill for. Even if this is a nightmare, it's one we're going to get out of together, and we wouldn't be able to do it without you. You're too kind. Thank you I appreciate it. But enough about me. Have you remembered anything about why you came here? Unfortunately, I haven't, but I'm hoping that the Master Key we pilfered will help with that. I hope so, for your sake. In the event where it does not provide any answers, my previous offer about finding you help outside of here to get your memories back stands. Thanks, Violet. I really appreciate that. It is the least I could do. I still fancy you quite a bit, you know. I know it's not the time or place, but maybe when we get out of here, perhaps you'll join me for, say, a lovely cruise around what's left of the world. I'm looking forward to that day. As am I. We're also five-timing all these chicks. They're all in love with us. And also, I feel like we're probably in love with all of them. How are we going to sort that out when we get out of here? We talked for a few moments longer before retiring for the night. For once, I lay in bed not worrying about being killed. For once, I was excited for what tomorrow would bring. It's only up from here. Sleepy! Allie, what are you? Never mind that. You've got to come down to the lab. What is it? We found something, and I know you'll want to see it. You just won't get out of here that simple. I know, Bird. I know. It's the complete opposite of my real life. Fair. She reached for my hand and pulled me as we ran. We're running to the lab. Let's go. Hey, everybody's here. Everybody's here. The other girls were already there, crowded around a table with a pile of folders on top of it. What's going on? I was just looking around the lab when I stumbled across these. There are files. I didn't read anyone's but my own, but I have to warn you. Caution was the last thing on all of our minds. Most of us scrambled to find our own file, except for Yue, who was already holding hers, and Allie. Weird, there's no file for me here. I double-checked, but there was nothing for me. Guess I'm not getting any answers today. Allie slowly walked to the pile, found her own, and opened it in one fluid motion. Interesting. What is it? Allie Major sent to the island for being suspected of committing treason against the government. Selected for the experimental show for fitting the sporty girl archetype. We need one of those. Ha! It's good to know this whole get-up was a good idea. Did you know I actually hate sports? I'd never seen Allie look so angry. Let's see. Sorry, there's a bad word. I let it sit on the screen for a minute. It's not good. They got all the fake information I gave. That sounds about right. What is it? They've been taking extremely detailed notes on me for every single run of the show for the past 2 years? We've been here for 2 years? That's nuts! What I've done, things I've said in private or with others, they've got notes down here to how and when I brush my teeth, how I react differently when they change the show or tell me different things, or we're nothing but lab rats to them. It's true, and it's my fault. What do you mean? If I hadn't invented the machine in the first place, none of this would have happened. The U.S. government. Exactly. Exactly the U.S. government. It's not your fault, Scarlet. You really wanted to help people, and that was a great thing. Whoever used your invention for this is to blame, not you, if you say so. My file says that... This is Scarlet talking, by the way, if anyone's just listening. My file says that they wiped my memories and put me on the show to make sure that no one else could build this technology. I can't even begin to understand how that could even be a reason for causing all of this. I'm not sure we'd even want to understand the people who run this place. The room fell silent. I wanted to crack a joke to ease the tension, but that was impossible. Thank goodness. Wait, what? I'm surprised to hear you say that, Yue, all things considered. Sorry. I know how much that must have sounded. Sorry, guys. Mine's the same as Allie's. They've tracked, measured, and commented on so many things about us so many times it feels so violating. But it's not all bad. Did I ever tell you why I came to this show, Sleepy? No, why's that? I forgot. I wasn't allowed to tell you. That was one of the conditions. To be completely transparent, the reason was money and nothing but that. It was hard enough to take care of myself without my parents, let alone 2 sisters and a whole farm. I remember now, it was Kat who reached out to me. She told me that if I came onto the show, my sisters and the farm would be taken care of for life. I know this is all horrifying, but I'm just glad she held up her end of the deal, even if I might die here and never see them again. That's too depressing to think about, Yue. We're going to get out of here and see your sisters again, together. Thanks, Sleepy, I'd like that. Okay, but how do we know? How do we really know that Kat is holding up her end of the deal? We can't trust her. I doubt that she's actually holding up her end of the deal. Like, I doubt that. I doubt Yue's family is good. I doubt that. Anyway, I'm curious, Yue, what archetype did they list you as? The girl next door. Dang it, that sounds a lot better than gaming gremlin. Yue, Scarlet, Allie, and I laughed. At times like this, having a mood lifter like Tara around is critical. I looked at Violet, who had been silent for the whole time. She was trembling. Violet, are you... Please don't let this be true. Violet fell to her knees and sobbed with her hands against her face. I rushed to her side. Are you okay, Violet? Violet threw her folder against the floor, causing the papers inside to scatter around the room. Nothing is okay. It doesn't matter if I get off this island or not. I'm not like you. I have nothing to go back to. No one to stand by me. There's nothing for me either way. Violet, wait! She ran up the stairs. Her sobs echoed through the staircase and through the lab. I moved to follow her, but Yue stopped me. I think she might need some time alone, Sleepy. I didn't mean to look, but after her papers scattered around the room, Maybe you should just read it. The other 3's tags? I don't think so. So wait, we have Girl Next Door, Sporty, Gamer Gremlin. I don't know the other 2's. Yue handed me the papers that were in Violet's file. Violet Valentine is a special case, otherwise unremarkable, but she's the daughter of Edgar and Vane Valentine, one of our primary investors. It is my understanding that they recently had a son and want for him to be the next heir after Viola passed. Edgar and Vane sent their remaining daughter, Violet, to us, full well knowing what the show would entail. They paid us an incredible sum to make sure that she does not return from the show. Yes, exactly. For reference later. Appreciate it. Even for me, this is just too cruel. It was hard to keep reading. I closed the folder and just stared open-mouthed at Yue. There were no words. Yikes. I mean, are we that surprised, though? I'm not that surprised by that. I'm not that surprised by that. I knocked on Violet's door later that night, but it was no use. Please just leave me alone. I'm so sorry, Violet. Even if she opened the door, I would have no idea what I was supposed to say. What could anyone say? I was wrong. It's not only up from here. There's a long way down. It's hardly a surprise, but I didn't sleep well last night. Who could after what happened? It's just like that. We're on to day 3. I gotta thank you, Sleepy. You're making my job easy. I actually get to spend my nights doing productive things now. I'm happy to help with that, however that works. You alright? You don't seem to have your usual energy. Careful, Sleepy. One slip up and Cat and this is all over. I'm good. Thanks, Cat. I just didn't sleep too well. Happens to the best of us. Anyways, it goes without saying that Yue is definitely a contender for the final ceremony, Of course. A woman like Yue, anyone would be lucky to have her. Darn straight. Though, she's a very different kind of woman than Scarlet. You've got a tough choice down the road. Though, you've also got a tough choice to make right now. Who's the unlucky girl today? Is this a flashback? Yeah, this is a flashback. So who should I be taking on a date tomorrow? Honestly, joking aside, I think you should take Violet. Really? I don't think she's in any shape to put on a good show. I mean, we need all of us to be able to work together well to get out of here, right? I don't think Violet would be able to until she's feeling better. And what better way to do that than go on a date to make you feel special? Tara does have a great point. I always make great points. Like seeing if I could arm wrestle one of the zombies Scarlet made. That went great. Oh, I remember that. Wait, I was the zombie. That was not a good idea at all. Can I take my vote back? What do you think, Sleepy? I like the idea. You could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm sure there's something that we could get to help us escape that we could only do on a date with Violet. I've got it. Tomorrow you'll be going on a date with Violet. Here's what you gotta do. Okay. I've always wanted to spend more time with her, and there's no time like the present. We'll make it happen. I do have one small request, though. What's that? And will it give me ratings? I think it will. Then let's hear it. I've noticed Violet being a little down lately, so I wanted to cheer her up. I heard that she really likes cooking, especially in groups. Would you mind if we cooked with the staff at noon? I don't see why not. Let's hope it goes better than the last time. What last time? Oh, hi, Sleepy. Why'd you bring me here? I'm in a little bit of a predicament. You see, I may have made an irresponsible bet. I did not take you for a gambler. Well, I'm not, but the thing is, I heard the cooks bragging that they were the best chefs on the island, but hey, I've tried the food that you've made before. I know nobody else could come close to how good you are, so I may have challenged them all to a competition in your name. You're ridiculous. She laughed out loud. She's already feeling better. There's that smile I like so much. It's nice to see it again. Are you being serious? Dead serious. In a few hours, hundreds of staff are going to come here. Some of them as challenging cooks, some of them as judges, the rest of them looking for lunch, all of them hungry. You think you're up for the challenge? I'm ready to crush the opposition. They will rue the day they challenged me. That's the Violet I like to see. Anyway, what is the theme for the contest? I can't tell you just yet. It'll be announced when it's cooking time. I do like a challenge. Would you care to stay with me as I prepare for the festivities? Of course. Thank you. I know why you're doing this, and I appreciate it. I'm not ready to talk about it just yet, but I feel happier already knowing you are looking out for me. What are we gonna... What is Allie trying to get while we do this, though? Are we just trying to distract all the staff or something? I'm always going to be here for you, Violet, and I for you as well, Sleepy. We spent the rest of the time preparing for before the contest, just talking about pleasant things, completely unrelated to the show, completely unrelated to anything of consequence. Sometimes, when bad things happen, what you need most is just a semblance of normalcy. Nice, Nalem. Okay, here we go. Competition time. By the time noon rolled around, hundreds of staff members were filling up the kitchen. I don't want to face you, Violet, but I will if I must. Maybe she's trying to get you to the good ending with everyone? I guess so. Are there multiple endings? Oh, you're challenging me? Like a snail challenging the mighty eagle, you have my respect. Eep, is it too late to change sides? You're going down, Violet. We're the Brothers Five, the best chefs in the whole island. What's that, too? What I meant to say is, wow, you really are the best chef on the island. That's right. Dang it, bros. You can't let her intimidate you like this. If we do, she's already won. Say something, Four. We will meet you on the culinary battlefield, Violet. You may have my brothers running for the hills, but not me. But not me and Five. Come at me. Let us brandish our forks against each other. Five, do you have anything to say? Wait, what's happening? I do hope you'll entertain brothers. Violet raised a pan towards them. Let us begin. It's time for the cook-off to end all cook-offs. Oh my gosh, I can't read anymore. I've done so much reading for this game. Each cook will cook their own version of a mystery dish, a dish that will soon reveal for the first time ever. The judges will be everyone who is not a contestant. You must be joking, there's hundreds of people here. How could we ever feed everybody? That's not my problem, and I definitely didn't come up with the rules for this tournament on the spot. Liar. Violet laughed. That was enough to keep the charade going. The mystery dish will be spaghetti and meatballs. That's true, Lingo. Like taking candy from a baby. Not this again. Oh gosh, I think I'm gonna faint. One collapsed to the ground. One down, 4 to go. Bro! I knew we should have been accountants. Why are we fooling ourselves? You each have 1 hour. No late submissions will be accepted. Let the games begin. The contestants that were still conscious rushed off to gather ingredients. That's funny. That were still conscious. How are they going to make that much food? I'm sure they'll figure something out. I watched each of them cook furiously at breakneck speed. Violet was hard at work, sweat streaming down her face with the biggest smile I'd ever seen all day. I couldn't help but smile as well. At the same time, Four was trying to cook his spaghetti with only a microwave. Yes, Nalem, what was it? I'm not sure this would be too much of a contest. 1 minute left! Violet filled hundreds of laid-out bowls with spaghetti and meatballs in a matter of moments. If you blinked, you missed her finish a whole row. Each looked delicious and artistic, and you would have thought a cook would have spent much longer than an hour putting each of them together. Aw, that's lame, Nalem. Five settled on making about 4.5 bowls. I guess everyone has their own pace. Time's up! It's time to judge. A crowd cheered as they stampeded to the laid-out bowls. They were practically salivating. After everybody wolfed down bowls from each of the contestants, they submitted their vote. The people have spoken, and with a resounding majority, our first ever winner of Best Chef on the Island in the Middle of Nowhere award is Violet. Shocker. The crowd cheered, myself included. I did it! Me! I did it! Violet jumped up and down with joy. I felt like a kid in a candy store just looking at her. You won fair and square. You should be proud of yourself. Yeah, your food was the best I'd ever had. Though, if you considered our living standards, that doesn't mean too much. Hey, I just had an idea. What if we get Violet to cook for the staff at lunch instead of us? Seriously, it's been years since we've had real food. What's that supposed to mean? Honestly, I think it's a great idea. I know I hide it well, but I really have no idea what I'm doing in the kitchen. No way, bro. Violet and I look at each other and couldn't help but laugh. I would love to, you guys. The crowd's enthusiasm reached a level of uproarious applause. Violet, Violet, Violet. Oh goodness, you're all too kind. I put my arm around her and smiled. Guess you've got a new job, Violet. I guess I do. Violet leaned in to kiss me on the lips. For a moment, time stood still, and the only thing you could hear was the crowd's cheer getting even louder. Violet! Violet! We laughed together. Dang, she kissed us in front of all the people? That's crazy. I've had so much fun today, Sleepy, thanks to you. Care to join me on the beach? I wouldn't miss it for anything. The world would pale in comparison. Okay. She reached her hand out to mine, and I held hers in time return. Hey, Violet, you really gave them a great show today, you know? I couldn't have done it without you, without my ever-so-charming television host. We walked together along the beach, our feet bare in the inviting water of the ocean. Really, I'm so grateful to you, Sleepy. I thought Scarlet was your favorite, Nayla. Not Violet. Last night, finding out what my parents did, that was the lowest point I'd ever been to. I held her arm or her hand even tighter. Honestly, I didn't see a way out. Escaping the island or not, everything seemed like a dead end, but today you helped me remember that even without them, I've still got me, and I like me quite a bit. You really are incredible, Violet. That was all you. With you. Violet mumbled something under her breath. Sorry, what was that? Sorry. Let me try again. I knew I'd be fine on my own, but I'd like me better if I was with you. When we get out of here, I do hope you join me for that cruise. She kissed me again. But in public, I could never. I'm not one for PDA. Violet eyes, she put her fingers against my lips. Shh! I know it's not quite the time for this conversation yet, but please do remember what I've said when this is all over. Do you mind if we walk for just a bit longer? I don't want this to end. Bro, that's lame, Nalem. I'll at least do that. I'll at least hold hands in public. Bro, that's whack. That's whack. I'd like that. We walked together till the dead of night. It was nothing less than magical. Are we gonna talk to Kat or... Oh no, we're talking to all of them. Just after we came back, a huge storm hit outside. We just missed it. Hope you two enjoyed your date today. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's time we get the show on the road. Allie took out the master key from her pocket, spun it around her finger, and put it in the locked door. And we're in. She turned the lock, then pulled the door open. Whoa, the door's a little heavier than I thought it would be. Must be soundproof or something. Whatever, let's go. We're getting in the locked room, folks. Oh man, not another staircase. They would have saved so much money if they just put this all on the main floor. But it would have been very secret. But it wouldn't have been very secret then, would it? Secret schmeekret. It's behind a locked door. I guess you have a point. Though there was another staircase, it wasn't nearly as long as the one to the lab. We'd been walking down the steps for only a few moments when we saw where they led. This has to be it. What's it? A while back, Kat told me that all the information on this island was stored in books. They didn't use anything digital or with the internet. I think I remember that too. Well, it's bullcrap. They're an evil corporation intent on world domination through fear and control. Of course they have the internet. And I think we've just found a way into their closets. Skeletons and all. Sounds like a pretty big deal. That's an understatement. The information in here could change the tide of the war. It could give the resistance a real fighting chance, I think. You can die and hooked on you? What? Hi, Venture. Yeah, this was one of our community challenge games that we did. I mean, I guess that makes sense, Nalem. I never really thought about it. Evil Within had a similar problem. Oh, bet! Okay, Lingo. We'll have to call. I need to call you. Maybe I'll call you tomorrow. Can I call you tomorrow? Wait, let me think. I guess it's Halloween, though. I'll text you. I'm glad you got it worked out, though. I have hope now. I have hope. Do you think I need to... Lingo, do you think I need to get it downloaded onto my computer? Like, do I need to keep freeing up space? Or do you think my hard drive should be okay? Okay. There's more than that. What do you mean? My dad, mom, and my brother got taken by these guys a long time ago. I don't even know if they're still alive. I was too young to really understand what was happening. Okay, perfect, Lingo. That's good to know. Because it takes me a long time to free up space. I spent so long the other day trying to free up space, and I barely even freed up any space. It was so frustrating. If there's anything that could help me find them again, or at least find out what happened to them, it's in this computer. That was the real reason I came here, the real reason I risked everything. What if it doesn't have what I'm looking for? What if... Allie, Yue ran to Allie's side and hugged her tightly. It's gonna be okay. You believe in me, right? She took deep breaths. I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm okay now. Thanks, Yue. I didn't do anything. Are you ready? Let's do this. I looked to Violet and Allie. I looked to Violet as Allie prepared to turn the computer on. She looked as concerned as I did, but we couldn't let it show. The screen lit up with a single message. Password required. Well, I did think it was going a little too smoothly. I'm not going to give up just yet, though. She tried a few different passwords on the keyboard, but none of them worked. Dang it, I bet only Damien and Kat know this, and there's no way we could just ask them. Silence fell upon the room. It can't end like this. It just can't. I've got an idea. It's not going to involve rustling zombies again, is it? Hey, I've had better ideas than that. What I mean to say is that I think I have a way to crack the code. I'm a programmer. I can make something that could try all the possibilities for the password. It would take some time, especially if it locks me out after too many attempts, but eventually I'd get the password. Though there's no guarantee we'd get the answer before the show was over. It's a lot better of a shot than I thought we had. Allie ran over to Tara and hugged her tightly. Thank you, you awesome little you. But I hate Trapper and Huntress. It's just thick. Of course Huntress is thick. We all knew that. This is nice. Feel free to compliment me more. In the meantime, the rest of us can try to figure out what the password would be as well. That reminds me, I need to tell you guys something important. What's that? I have our escape plan. Slay, we have an escape plan. The triumphant music! Bro, I can't with this music. Focus. There's a hidden hangar I found by the beach just a little further from where I first found the plane. Now that we have the key and we know that it works, we can use it to disable the hangar security command or commandeer the plane, then fly the heck out of here. We practically jumped for joy. I can't believe it. We're almost out of here. It's been a long time coming. Sounds good, Lingo. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Sleep well, homie G. Appreciate ya. Well, soon, but not just yet. With this storm raging, there's no way we're getting out of here tonight. At least, not off the ground. But if there's clear skies tomorrow night, that's where we'll be. What about the computer? Don't you need to crack it before we go? Yeah, what about your family? Well, that'd be the ideal case, but honestly, I've gotten to know you guys and care about you guys, and I've decided that it's more important to save the people I care about that are in front of me than chase a pipe dream. No, I won't accept it. If I were in your shoes and I was looking for my sisters, I just gave up looking for them, I'd regret it forever, and I know you would too. But I can't ask you guys to stay here any longer. We're in danger if we stay here. UA speaks for us too. To have family that you really care about and that cares about you too, you can't give up on that. We're not going anywhere till we crack that code, even if it takes till the last day. You guys... No, I can't allow it. I won't take any chance with our lives. I'm not backing down on this. We gotta take the chance. I think you need this. Guys, take a chill pill for a second. I'm a programming god, best of the best. I'm going to have that code cracked by tomorrow, and that's a promise. So don't worry, Kay? I love you guys. Thank you so much, really. Why are you thanking us? I'm the only one who has to write the code and stuff. We laughed together, something that I thought might have been impossible after the initial bad news. We're in this together, and we're getting out of here together. I wouldn't have taken the chance. No one gets left behind. I feel like at this point, may as well take the chance. I don't know. After we called it a night, I laid in bed, deep in thought. Who'd have thought I could have ended today feeling inspired after everything that happened last night? We've got this. Sleepy, one more thing before we turn in for the night. What's up, Tara? I got caught up in the heat of the moment earlier and, oh no, I got no idea. No, I don't like where this is going. How to do this, cause I remember that all I know about hacking are videos of people typing really fast saying, I'm in, and I practically fell out of bed. Thank goodness, it was just a nightmare. What does it take to get a good night's sleep on a killer dating show? Come on. What does it take, people? What are you smiling about? Just feels like things are going my way lately. Yesterday's date with Violet still has me feeling as giddy as a little kid. Oh, we're stretching. Sup, Bruce? How are ya? And we're hydrating. It's almost like there's perks to being on a killer dating show. Well, don't get too comfortable. We still got a few days left, and then it's back to the regular. I'm looking forward to that. I bet. Better sooner than later. Good, I'm glad you're great. That's great to hear. You cost too much to keep around. Anyway, the million-dollar question, who's today's lucky girl? That'd be... Okay, flashback time. So tomorrow it's going to be either Tara or Allie. It's probably best if we go with Tara. But doesn't Tara need time to crack the code? Nah, I already finished making the code breaker. It's trying every password as we speak. No guarantee it'll finish before we're done with both our dates, but it's worth a shot. Thank you, Tara. Don't worry about it. Besides, I think it's better if we save your date for last. Why's that? I don't know. You're some super spy from super secret organization. You definitely got bigger heist potential than I do. I don't know about that, but sounds good to me. I'll use the time to prepare some contingency plans. I can't say that word. Homie G's. Scarlet, Violet, UA, I'm gonna need you guys for this. I'm happy to provide assistance. English is hard. English is hard. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You bet. I'll help however I can. Okay. Sweet. All right. What's up? I didn't just build a code breaker. I built a game that works with it too. Such as me, I know. What do you mean? She handed me her console. I just whipped it up real quick. It looks like a code breaking game, but really, it just works directly with the computer we found. Me too, Nalem. Me too, though. If you get the password right in this game, we'll have access to the computer. Makes sense? Amazing. I can't believe you whipped this up so fast. It wasn't hard. It was just a big middle finger to my mom, who thought all the screen time was a big waste of time. Anyway, I figure we can play this game here and there during our date, trying whatever passwords. Obviously, not for the whole day because ratings and all, but as much as we can. Sounds like a plan to me. Wahaha, I'm a genius. You are. Okay, I'd like to spend my day with Tara. Is that so? Well, we'll make it happen. Try not to spend all of it playing games, though. Believe it or not, that isn't what viewers want to watch. No promises, but I'll try my best. It ain't much, but I'll take that. Sorry, Cat, that's pretty much the plan. Hey, Sleepy, you up to play some games? I'd love to, but Cat wants us to do some other games it is. Sweet. Nalem. Keep it PG, homie G. There's no stopping Tara when she puts her mind to something. We started playing together in the games room while making pleasant conversation. Normal enough to seem like regular conversation, cryptic enough to disguise what we were trying to do. Even if Tara and I never went on crazy adventures like I did with Allie, it didn't make moments with her any less special if I forget that we're trying to hack into some confidential database. This really was like a fun day at home with your partner. How about Tara is the best? It's worth a shot. Nope, doesn't work. The nerve of them. Tara rules. That's a miss. Was the T capitalized? Maybe add 0, 1, 2, 3 at the end of it? Thank goodness we have the code breaker running in the background. Time to switch gears. Let's give Cat some footage to work with to keep us alive. Goodness, Sleepy, why the sun? Ah! Go on without me. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea. Some way or another, we always end up back inside the mansion, huh? And there's nothing wrong with that. I guess you're right. Up for a few more rounds of the game we just played? Sure. How about Damien Black sucks? Nope, doesn't work. Cat Black sucks. Not that either. How about Sleepy? Oh, come on. Now you're just guessing. Like I wasn't before? Well, I'll try it. Ding, ding. They really put my name as the password? Goodness gracious. The two of us looked at each other like deer in headlights. The sun does suck. Whoa, we cheered as if our favorite team just won a sporting event. Wait a minute. Why would the password be your name? That doesn't make any sense. My guess is as good as yours. Maybe we'll find out tonight. I hope so. Well, I think I've had enough of games for today. I never thought I'd hear you say that, Tara. I'm full of surprises. We can spread the good news after. How about we try something new today? Something outside? Sounds like a plan to me. Awesome, let's go. We ended up going back inside a minute later, but the rest of the day was Tara with Tara was still a lot of fun. Why didn't we just try all of our names last night or something? Like, I don't know, like, why didn't we just try our names as the password last night? You know, like, whatever. And we're in. The password prompt closed with a satisfying ding ding. Whoa, there's a lot of stuff in here. Why would there be a folder called homework? I guess. I feel like if I were in a life or death situation like this, I maybe would have thought about it. Unrealistic. Anyway, whoa, this is definitely a porn folder name. Adult film folder name. Tara was about to open it until Allie intervened. Do you mind if I take a look? Forget why we're here for a second. Sure. Let's see. Allie started going through the folders, databases, reports, anything that could be useful. At the same time, Tara started downloading all the files to her console. Doesn't look like there's anything here about why my name was the password. All the rest of us could do was give Allie and Tara the space they needed. Seems like it's only going to be up from here, team. I was worried for Allie, especially if we couldn't get into the computer, but it looks like we got it after all. It's too soon to say anything, but I do hope you're right. Let's not jinx it. So what's the first thing we're going to do when we get out of here? I thought we weren't going to jinx it. I'm going to go straight to helping people the way I know best. Nothing's changed in that regard. That's a lovely aspiration. Do me a favor and make sure your inventions don't get used on yourself again, okay? I mean, it's not like I was trying to. Hi, Cryptic. How are you doing? How is work so far? I admire how you used to be so sure. As excited as I am to leave this place, I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing after. I know I'm trying to finish it so that it's not looming over us, but it just keeps going. We can't escape. But now, okay. I don't know where you were the last time, but basically, we've been reliving the same dating show week for 2 years, and all the girls have their memories back, and I don't have all my memories back, but I'm in it enough to know that this is like a screwed up place, and so now we're all trying to escape, pretty much. That's the very short of it. That's part of the fun of life, just figuring it out as you go. I suppose so. Violet turned to me and smiled. That's pretty much my plan at this point, too. Me too, Cryptic. Me too. Guess who's back, bitch? What Tara wants to say is, we did it. I've got everything I need to help turn the tide of the war, and I know where my family is, and they're alive. Oh, good. They're alive. Yeah, Nalem has a big crush on Scarlet. It's a little weird. Just kidding. Just kidding. I never seen Allie so happy. She jumped towards me and hugged me. Oof, that's fantastic. That's such a relief. I'm so happy for you, Allie. Good job, Tara. You cracked the code. Not all at once now. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. We didn't have to wait this long to leave, but you guys did it for me and my family. It's only weird if you make it weird. I can't ever thank you enough. She pulled out the master key from her pocket and swirled it around in her right hand. You guys ready to get out of here? We're about to break out! Actually, I was thinking of staying here for the rest of my life. Not having internet is the best thing ever. I couldn't agree more. Let's get out of here. After you, Allie. Okay, here we go. We're just going to the little plane. Okay, we followed Allie out of the mansion, through the forest, and to the hangar. Whoa, I did not see this. Granted, I don't go outside. I don't blame you, it's pretty out of the way. Not that we have to worry about it now. Allie pulled out the master key, swirled around in her right hand. She walked to the door of the hangar, put the key into the lock. She tried to turn it, but it didn't work. She tried a few more times, but the lock refused to budge. We're not escaping still? I don't understand, I'm sure. I've seen Cat use the key everywhere, including here. They must have changed the locks. Does this mean we're stuck here? It was rare that Allie tripped over her words. It hurt to see her so defeated. I don't know. An uncomfortable silence fell over us. Am I going to die here? Are all of us? No, we're not out of this. We're not out of this just yet. Sometimes their sentences are weird. I refuse to give up again, but we can't get out. But we can't get into the hangar. There's no way to break in without triggering the alarms. For now, yes, but we're getting in later is a different story. If I remember correctly, whenever we went on a third date with Sleepy, you would fly the plane together. Well, I'm assuming the plane was you two. It's just like you to try something and drag in Sleepy. I can't refute that. That is definitely us. How we never died in those plane rides, I'll never know. That means the staff don't mind if you take the plane during the date, which means we should be able to ask for the key temporarily. We'd still be able to get the plane. It just has to be during tomorrow's date. There'd be way more staff around than usual, but we'd still have a chance. Exactly, the rest of us can be relatively close by, or perhaps at the beach to avoid suspicion. Then, when we get the plane, we run over, you pick us up, and we're out of here. This could work. It's better than how my plan turned out anyway. I was worried for a second there, but it was for nothing. We've got this. We'd be in a tight spot without you. It's a team effort. Without each of us here, we would be stuck here with no chance of escape, I'm sure. Speak for yourself. I'm sure I could get out of here on my own. You would shut down the second you reach the beach, Tara. On second thought, maybe teamwork makes the dream work. We laughed together. The mood was definitely better than it was just a few moments ago. We spent the rest of the night talking through the details of the plan, including what we do if the unexpected happened. One thing was for sure, though, we weren't giving up on getting out of here. It all ends tomorrow. It all ends tomorrow. What do you know, Sleepy? You actually made it to the last one-on-one date. How are you feeling? Honestly, pretty good. I'm excited to see how a date with Allie will be. Oh, you've got a real surprise in store. She has all of us in the crew working extra hard to prepare a special date for you. And by all of us in the crew, I mean the Brothers 5. How about you go find her? Spend some time together while we set things up for you. Sounds like a plan, Cat. Let's see. Oh, look. Looks like she's by the beach. Guess that's where I'm headed. Don't do anything we can't air. Murder is okay, but heaven forbid someone takes off their top. You know what? Fair. Fair. Just as Kat said, Allie was at the beach. She was looking out at the ocean. Morning, Allie. Sleepy, it's always nice to see you. The difference between Allie's voice during the day and at night is like night and day. That's the dumbest analogy. Anyway. I guess we do have to worry about the cameras, but still, it takes some getting used to. Me too. I really like Allie. I like Allie a lot. She's probably one of my faves. She might be my fave. Nalum really likes Scarlet, though. We are well aware of that. You're basic. You just like the girl with the big chungas. You're basic. Anyway. I know it's going to be tough to... I know it's going to be tough to top your previous dates with all the other girls, but I think I have a good shot. I'm looking forward to it, Allie. You better be. We've been saving the best for last. He said also, ouch. She reached for my hand. Walk with me. I reached for her outstretched hand. It'd be my pleasure. The two of us walked along the beach, getting to know each other. So, what will you be doing when the show's over? First thing I'm going to do is say hey to my family and make them a nice dinner. Yue is the girl next door one. She's in like the little like white dress and she has like the brown hair. Does that help you know which one she is? First thing, okay, I'm gonna say hi to my family. I'm sure that they've gone sick with worry since I've been gone for a week. I wonder what they're thinking now. It's been at least 2 years since then. Kat was right. Sometimes not remembering is a blessing. Allie doesn't have that luxury. You will see her soon, I'm sure. Anyway, I've got a surprise for you. Come on. She pulled me along by the hand in the forest. I have to say, Allie's really impressed me. Of course, it was her deliberate plan to come into the forest and get to the hangar, but she made it seem so spontaneous. You're going to love it. Uh-oh, I said at the same moment. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. It was all we could do was stand and watch. No, she staggered and almost fell. And who could blame her? The hangar was engulfed in roaring flames? The heat was incredible. There's no way either of us could take another step towards the hangar without being burned alive. The stench of burning oil assaulted me without mercy. We were at a loss for words, and in front of all those flames was her walking away from the flames. Somehow, I just know it was her. Sorry, Allie, Sleepy, there's been a small change of plans. I'm sure you can tell, but we've hit a few snags with the hangar. How about you two spend your day on the ground instead? I want to scream. I want to attack her with every bone in my body. I can't do anything, but I can't, or I'll be killed. And not just me, but everyone else. To hold myself back was giving away what this plane meant to me. Took all the strength I had. I need to calm down. Cat might be able to read my face and see that. Sounds fine to me, Cat. I'm just glad you're safe. What happened? We're still looking into it. Well, either way, there's nothing we can do about that. How about we go somewhere else, Sleepy? She reached for my hand and held it tight. How could she smile like this at me? Of course, Allie. Okay, so do we think Cat's on to us? Or do we think that one of the 5 girls is like a traitor? I feel like it's gotta be one of those. Well, I feel like if it's Cat, they would just like reboot us, you know what I mean? Cat is sus. It's true. It's true. I don't know. For the rest of the day, Allie and I put on a performance of a lifetime. Though our faces were all smiles and laughter, we knew now more than ever that we were trapped in Cat's macabre puppet show, and Cat loved to make us dance. She must have known we were trying to escape, but how? Did we make a mistake? Did 4 give us away? Should we ever have trusted him in the first place? Who can I trust now? Time is ticking, and the end of the show looms closer and closer. It's time, I'm supposed to meet with the group, but what do we even do? There's no way to escape. Our last chance died with the hangar. Should I just make a break for it? No, I'd never make it, and the others would suffer for my mistake. What do I do? You don't look so good, Sleepy. What do you want? I've been better. I'm gonna say I've been better. It hasn't exactly been sunshine and rainbows today. You really aren't much for acting, are you, Sleepy? Look, I already know about you and your plan to escape. My blood ran cold. You know, take the plane, fly away from here. It wasn't hard to figure out. I tried to say something in my defense, but my voice wouldn't come out. It was all I could do to stand wide-eyed. I know you and the others found the lab, got your memories back. Well, at least the others did. It was her, you were right. And I know that every night you all work together to try and find a way out. I mean, of course I'd know. I'm the reason why you got this far. What do you mean? Just follow me. You'll save all of us time. We walked into the locked room near the games room. She took out her master key and span it around. You never really thought a bunny could take a key from me, right? Honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore. So is she not sus? I'm so confused. She opened the door. Okay. The others were inside, looking as surprised as I was. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you right now, Cat. How about 2? First, your inside man was never 4. It was me. I mean, come on. He wouldn't be smart enough for something like this. Second, we only ever had a chance at escaping this island because of me. Newsflash, Allie, those tanks never just bug out. You're the one who let me out of my tank? The one and only. Allie was at a loss for words. And I was no different. Oh yeah, this is Yue. If you're still here, Cryptic, this is her. What do you want, Cat? Honestly, the same thing as you guys. I want off this crazy train. I want out. I want you guys to include me in your little escape plan. What? Do I have something on my face? As hard as it is to believe, the list of people who want to stay on this island is pretty short. Heck no, we can't trust you. I'm not sure how, but I remember I tried to escape with you before. I trusted you. I even fell for you. Even 5 girls isn't enough. Unbelievable. And then you betrayed me and shot me. There's no way we could ever trust you. You're just going to stab us in the back. You don't like her? Fair. Is that true, Cat? I'm ashamed to say it is, but I didn't have a choice. You know how it is with Damien. It doesn't matter if you share the same blood. He'll take the people you love hostage and use them to force you to dance to his tune. I'm sorry I betrayed you, Sleepy. I really am. But if I had to do it again, I'd do it again in a heartbeat because there was someone I needed to save. I know I must look like a villain to you, but believe me, I have people I care about too. If you're so compassionate, how come you burned up our only way out of here? You're lucky I did, Sleepy. If you'd actually flown as planned, you'd all be at the bottom of the ocean right now. What do you mean? It's a cruel trick of Damien's. He knew there was a chance that people on the show would recover their memories and try to escape. So he made us build the hangar and a plane. It's the one place anyone trying to escape would go. Exactly. I've told you in the past, Allie, never fly that plane or take the boat out of sight of this island. If you did, you'd have blown up like fireworks. That Allie and I were in that plane, which was little more than a flying death trap, sent a chill down my spine. Look, the simple reality is that you need me to escape. Without me, you won't even make it past the barrier. What barrier? Exactly. And though I hate it, I need you guys to help me and us escape. She reached her hand towards me for a handshake. Allies? Let's discuss first. I feel like it's fine. Cat leaned against the wall while the rest of us debated what to do. Can we really trust her? This might be just another trap. It's not like it'd be the first by her you fall into, Sleepy. I don't know what that's supposed to say. Some of these sentences are not quite right in this game. You're right. That said, it's not like we have much to lose at this point. Even if she'd done terrible things to us in the past, we still need her to escape. You're right. You all right, Allie? I'm fine. I'm just angry at myself. Hey, don't beat yourself up about it. We're still alive. That's what counts. She's right, you know. I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now either, but we're alive. That counts for something. You're right, Sleepy. And as much as I hate to say it, I think we'll need Cat's help, trustworthy or not, if we want to stay that way. Do we want to keep an eye on her, or do we want to trust her? I don't know which choice to make right here. I don't know if we trust her, if we just keep an eye on her. I don't really know what the difference is either, I guess. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yep, it's a free game. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the difference is. Are we trusting her or keeping an eye on her? I don't know. Someone tell me what to do. Anybody, please. Somebody tell me what to do. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mother said to pick the very best one, and you are not it. Keep an eye? Okay, let's do it. But we'll need to keep an eye on her. I couldn't say it better myself. Keep an eye. Okay. That's what I picked. Okay, good. All right, Cat. If you want our help, you're going to need to answer a few questions. Ask away. What the heck is this sick show for? And why have you been forcing us to repeat it over and over? As someone from the Resistance, it should be obvious to you this is just one of hundreds of killing shows we air, shows that keep people scared, that keep people from organizing against the government. You want to paralyze people with fear? You broadcast exactly what will happen to you if you rise up. You're monsters, you know that? I don't disagree with you, but we're not in charge here. Some of us still have family to lose, Allie. Continue. She said, continue. Shoot, that shut her up real quick. Before we air each show, we test them internally on test audiences to see what kind of ratings they bring for the fortune and what kind of despair they bring for the less fortunate. Oh, what kind of ratings they bring for the fortunate. I read that wrong, sorry. If they tested well enough, we'd air, but it wasn't efficient. But we couldn't just film a killing show over and over again to see which version of it rated best. You can't bring people back from the dead. It was the same for the test audiences. You can't just make them watch multiple versions of a show, as they remember previous versions that would influence their opinions. There's no way to test multiple versions of a show without losing the feeling that lives were really in danger. But the memory recruiter would have changed that. It did. We were able to reuse everybody, our volunteer actors, the test audiences. Since we could just make people forget what happened, we could film run after run of the show where each was as if it were the first time to all of you. And that's exactly what we've been doing for the last 2 years. It was a lot to hear, I had a feeling, but to know that people looked at us like we were nothing but lab rats while I genuinely was afraid for my life, it's sickening. We were silent for a while. If you've been testing the show for this long, when's the real thing? There's no real thing. It's only what version tests the best. That said, there's only so much time Damien is willing to spend on the show, and that time is almost up. This is the last run of the show. If you don't escape before the end, you're all as good as dead. I know, Damien, and I've said that we've let you and your chosen partner go if you achieve good enough ratings, but it's a lie, isn't it? Yeah. Shocker! Shocker! I'm sorry I've waited this long to help you guys. I've been too scared to risk it all, but I've nothing left to lose now. She extended her hand to me for a handshake. Allies, at least till we're out of here? I don't really have a choice this time either, huh? If you wanted to, you could report us now. That's true, and my word would count for more than all of yours. But that wouldn't save the person I need to. Like it or not, we have to work together. Then it's a deal. Allie shook Kat's hand. Kat, are you sure you don't want to? I'm fine, Scarlet. It's not important anymore. We don't have time to waste. What? Wait, what is she talking about? If you say so. Anyway, what the heck is she talking about? Oh my gosh. The only time we can escape is the last day of the show between midnight, just before the sun goes up. That's when the boat comes to welcome the newly engaged couple, and that's the only way off this island alive. It also doubles as a supply ship. We use it to replenish between each run of the show. Are there no other planes on this island? A boat would be far slower. Unfortunately, it's not so easy. There's a protective shell around the island which performs 2 functions. First, it renders us invisible to satellite. It's the reason why your people couldn't find us, Allie. Second, if anything bigger than a human being tries to get in or outside of the barrier, it'll get fried unless it's emitting a compatible IFF signal. The only way off this island will have to be that boat. I'm betting it'll be heavily guarded. Well, yes, but not from people on it. The ship itself will be run by a skeleton crew. It's the staff on the island who we'll have to watch out for. That still leaves the question of how we'll deal with them. Last time I checked, there's hundreds of them and not even 10 of us. Actually, it might not be so hard after all. I've got a plan that just might work. Though I have to admit, it's a little crazy. I like the sound of that. If it involves zombies again, I'm out. Yue explained her plan to us with a renewed confidence that could inspire anyone to believe. Luckily, we still have tomorrow, so we have just the amount of time we need. This just might work, Yue. You're a mad genius. Let's just say I've been holding back my creativity till now. It's crazier than anything I'd imagined, and crazy enough to work. Let's get to work. Wait, where are we even Oh my gosh, wait, were we even listening to the same plan? The others went their separate ways to prepare for Yue's plan. But Kat stayed. Our business wasn't finished just yet. What's up? How am I supposed to trust you? You've burned me before. How could I ever trust you? That's fair. The only thing I can say to try to make you trust me is that we both have people we care about, Sleepy, and that if you don't escape, then the person I care about will go down with you. I'm not asking for you to put your neck out for me. You'll never have to. I'm asking for you to help somebody that you've never met and you never will. Somebody innocent. It's strange. This woman has put me through heck. Treated me like a lab rat and more, and yet somehow I think she's telling the truth. Honestly, it doesn't really matter if you don't trust me. We'll see tomorrow. You'll see tomorrow that I'm going along with Yue's plan either way. I'll trust you, Kat. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. Don't be. I literally shot you. I think that earns you the right to be angry and more, no? I've gotten to know you over the past few years, but for more than a couple weeks straight, Oh, not for more than a couple weeks straight, but I got to know you, and I think you're rude and manipulative and have no problem lying to my face. Hey, can we skip to the part where you complimented me? Or where you compliment me. Sorry, I'm struggling to read now. You're also incredibly crass. You keep secrets from everybody and you finished? But I don't think you're a bad person. Every time the show ran, you always talked to me and make me feel like I wasn't alone and made sure I never lost hope. You know that was never part of I know that was never part of the job. You didn't have to do that, yet you did over and over. It must have been so tiring to do that over and over, full well knowing that we were doomed. I don't know why you're doing all this, but I believe that you do care about helping people. I'm flattered, Sleepy, but you've got me wrong. What do you mean? Everything I've done for you, the others, it's been my own selfish reasons. It just happens to line up nicely, though I appreciate the compliment. Unlike before, I couldn't tell if she was telling the truth. Okay, here we go. We gotta be getting close to the end, right? We went our separate ways. I spent the rest of the night helping others preparing for the plan. I was exhausted when I went back to my room, but still couldn't fall asleep. It's as if something was on the tip of my tongue, but I just barely can't grasp it. Yet somehow, when I'm closer than ever, yet somehow I know I'm closer than I've ever been before. Kat was true to her word. Instead of having another date on the 6th day of the show, she planned a huge party for the staff instead. A thank you for all your hard work party. As soon as she told her staff that Violet would be cooking for the event, all of them dropped everything and helped prepare. While the staff prepared the party grounds during the day, each of us were hard at work making sure other parts of it went well. Violet cooked mountains of food as if her life depended on it. And the truth is, it did. Yue was playing games with the staff outside. It didn't take long for her to become a fast favorite for them. I'm pretty sure half the staff were playing games just so they could get her to notice them, and she knew it. I have to admit it, I'm really impressed by Yue. Her plan is really coming together. Terra and Scarlet joined forces to make sure all the staff joined the festivities. Terra... Good night, Cryptic! Have a good rest of your work day. We will. I'll let you know. I'll let you know how it ends if we do finish it, for sure. Good luck with work, homie. You're the bestest. Terra used Kat's producer room to make sure there were no stragglers. As Terra found them one by one, Scarlet turned on the charm and made sure they came with her to the party. Then, when it was time for Scarlet to switch to her other mission, Allie took over, though I'm told she employed more force than charm. Meanwhile, I ran around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to make sure every part of our plan was going smoothly, and for once it did. It's going smoothly, folks. A few hours later, we had enough staff members on the island partying their lights out. Everybody's here? You bet. You should have seen the ones that tried to run. I made sure everyone who came stayed, too. Perfect. Everybody's eaten? As they should have. It's fine food. Looks like it's all going according to plan. Did they, like, poison the food or something, you think? Or not poison it, but, like, maybe drug it? I'm just going to ahead and get to the fun part. Scarlet pulled out a remote from her pocket and pressed the button above it. A few seconds later, fireworks were shooting into the night sky. The cheers of the staff were like thunder, and with that, the plan is going as smoothly as can be. Great job, team. We owe you one, Yue. Right back at you, Allie. We cheered as firework after firework lit up the night sky. Whoa, are fireworks supposed to be this bright? Come to think of it, these fireworks were practically blinding. I have to say, I did a pretty good job with these fireworks, though there might be some side effects to watching them from so close. Let's worry about that later. Fireworks were a signal to those trying to escape that there was nothing left to do except wait. It's going to be a long night. I know what we said before, but it'd be such a shame to spend tonight just worrying about what may happen tomorrow. We might live, we might die, same as any other day. How about instead we just dance the night away? You know what? That sounds great. That sounds lovely. Let's do it. Come on, let's dance. There's no tomorrow. Yuck. Don't be like that, Terra. It's good for us to blow off some steam. Dancing sounds like exercise, and exercise. Allie picked up Terra over her shoulder, and away we go. Come on, come on. Scarlet grabbed my hand and pulled me with her. The other people. Welcome back, Frederick. The others followed close behind. Do-do-do-do. They sure are carefree, huh? Some things never change. Maybe we'll get out of here tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I hope we do, though. I like to think that one day we'll look back and remember this day. It was the most fun night I've ever had out of the nights that I can remember. We lived like there was no tomorrow. Okay, good. I'm glad you're back. Sorry about the ads, dude. And now we'll find out if there's tomorrow for us. We waited in the darkness for hours, waiting for the boat to come. The plan was simple, yet had no room for error. First, we need to make sure the boat really is coming. It's later than usual. You think they're on to us? No, it'll just be a little longer. It's cold. There's no point worrying at this point. If they're on to us now, we're already dead. All we can do is wait. We waited for an hour more, then another, then another. We're losing hope. I guess we're... It's here! Cat pointed towards the ocean. We all looked in unison. Just as she said, the boat was coming. Bob Ross? He does? It looked huge. Despite how far it must be massive from up close. All right. It's only going to be a few minutes before it reaches the shore. Let's book it back to the mansion. Oh, I missed. Oops. Oh. Second, we need to get back to the mansion before the boat reaches the shore. From what Kat told us, the staff will physically inspect the mansion to make sure we're there. We can't rely on overriding the feeds. If we're not there, they'll sound the alarm, and our chance of escaping will go slim to nil. According to Kat, it's how I got caught the first time. Okay. We made it back to the mansion and rushed to our respective rooms. I turned off the light, then jumped into bed, pretending to be asleep. A few moments later, I heard the sound of somebody opening the door. It must be them. There was a mechanical rhythm to it. Footsteps, a door would open, more footsteps, a short pause, footsteps again. A door would open and close, repeat, over and over, closer, closer, till it got to my room. It's kind of like, it's not like jump scary, but it's like dystopian scary. Does that make sense? It's not really scary. It's like dystopian. Till I got to my room, I tried my best to make my breathing sound natural. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Footsteps. A second later, my door opens. I can tell there's probably about 5 people. Breathe in. They're walking closer to me. Breathe out. I can tell 2 of them are in front of me. They're muttering something under their breath. You have to pity her. Come on. She can do better. Rude. Breathe in. Hey, something's wrong. It feels like my heart stopped. Breathe out. They're moving closer to me, step by step. What's that? Breathe in. I think it takes everything I have not to move when every nerve in my body screams to run. This is it. They're on to me. I can't help but ball up the fist in my hand. Never mind. We're done for the night. Let's head out. Sounds good to me. I hear them walk further away from me than outside the room. Finally, they closed the door. I breathed out like never before. On to the next part of the plan. We regrouped downstairs. That wasn't so difficult, was it? It's like taking candy from a baby. Wait, where's Tara? I'll go check on her. As if on cue, Tara came running down the stairs. I'm good, don't worry about it. And I definitely didn't fall asleep just now. I didn't buy it. The rest of us didn't either. All right, back to the problem at hand. We may have avoided detection for now, but now there's going to be upwards of 100 guards on patrol between here and the boat. There's little to no chance we can make it there without being seen, but it's a chance we'll have to take. Actually, we had just the thing for that, courtesy of Scarlet and I. What's that? Well, we went through all the trouble of preparing such a big party for all the staff. It would be a shame if we didn't give them a little extra to chew on, no? You didn't. Oh, she did. It was like an absurd scene from an art house movie gone mad. They're zombies! Brains and bananas! Brains and bananas! Rah! Rah! Hundreds of zombies littered the field. Rah! Rah! That's my zombie sound. Rah! You know, I can't believe we ever let you make this crap, Scarlet. You better be glad that I did, or that you did, or whatever. Now that I think about it, couldn't we just put a sleeping agent or something like that in? Where's the fun in that? Well, we still have to get past them to get to the boat. Don't worry about it. I've got a fair share of experience in taking down zombies. Something about that rubs me the wrong way. Don't worry about it. Let's be on our way. We managed to sneak out of the mansion without making a fuss. As soon as we got to the forest, it was smooth sailing. There were just a few zombies in there. To be honest, how much Scarlet enjoyed herself taking them down was more concerning. I'll worry about that when we get off the island. For now, I'll focus on getting out of here. A few moments later, we made it to the beach. The boat was clear in sight. Wow, it's huge! Let's not waste any time. We rushed onto the ship and ran straight for the captain's deck. You guys wait here. It's practically guaranteed that the engine's been tampered with, and I need to fix it. If I know my father, he'll do it just the way it was the last time. You know what, Sleepy? Come with me, just in case. Maybe that's where the crew members are. Lead the way. She gonna unalive me here? It was pitch black inside. Cat had to shine a light to see anything. Strange, where are they? Well, let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. What the frick? Has anyone heard that phrase before? What the frick is that? Found it. Chalk it up to my dad outsourcing everything to the grunts. This is child's play to me now. Cat got to work fixing the engine. Watch my back. We still don't know if we're in the clear, and this is gonna take a minute. Got it. I turned around to keep a lookout, and it was almost impossible to see anything. Since when were you a mechanic? Honestly, since my first failed escape, I had to teach myself. There isn't exactly a trade school on this island. If I hadn't, I'd never be able to help anybody escape this island. I'm sorry I didn't trust you before, Cat. I get it now, why you had to do what you did, or why you did what you had to do, or whatever. Keep talking like that and you'll raise a death flag for the both of us. Jeez. We can talk more later if you'd like. In the meantime, this boat is fixed. Nice. Let's tell the others and get the heck out of here. We ran back to the others and told them the good news. At the same time, Cat revved up the engine of the boat. We were good to go. We literally jumped for joy as the boat started to move. Gosh, I can't believe it. We're really doing this. We're finally getting out of here. It's hard to believe, but it's true. We did it. Now, you don't have to thank me all at once. We really did it. Thank you, Cat. You really saved us. You did it. We wouldn't have been able to get to this point if it weren't for you. There's no need to thank me. I actually should apologize that I didn't do any of this sooner. The intercom rang out. I knew it wouldn't be over. Cat turned white as a sheet when we heard the voice that was all too familiar. No. Dang it. Damien. Ding, ding, ding. I guess you learned at least something in school, Cat. Not enough, clearly, but hey, it's something. That's got to win a participation ribbon somewhere. You knew what I was planning? Of course I did, dearie. I made you. I know exactly how you think. And I have to thank you. Your mother would be proud at the show you've given us these last 2 years. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to tell you? While you were busy filming Sleepy and those other chicks, my team was filming your brave attempts to save these idiots. Gives the audience a little more reason for why they should stay in line, you know? After all, if I do this to my own daughter, imagine what I do to someone who wasn't. You're a monster. Flattery will get you nowhere, Kit Kat. Well, it doesn't matter now. Do whatever the heck you want. We're getting out of here. We fixed the boat and there's nothing you can do to stop us now. We're getting out of here. Saying garbage like that is just playing with fire, love. The earth started to shake. Even though we were on the boat, I could tell the island was trembling. In the distance, a metal barrier slowly rose out of the ocean all around the island. It climbed higher and higher till it cast a shadow over the boat, higher and higher till the only daylight we could see was just from a circle above us. We were trapped. How about we play a game, little rats? Damien spoke to us from some kind of holographic screen on the walls. He gestured to some kind of machine behind him in what looked like a strange kind of stadium. I've got myself a little switch here that controls the barrier. One push of this and you'd be free to go. It'd be easy for you to waltz on in and flip it. You've got rid of all of our security. But this switch is only going to work if you have 2 people's handprints with producer level clearance. Sure, you've got Cat, but you'll never be able to get mine. He pulled out the same gun that I'd been shot with before. Though don't let that stop you from trying. The hologram disappeared with a click, leaving us with an uneasy silence. Our hands are tied. We have no choice but to go back. Hello, he's got a gun. He'd take us all down before we even had the chance to grab him. We've got no choice, though. If we wait here, it's only a matter of time before they can send people after us. I guess we have to head back to the beach. Let's turn this around. We've got a butt to kick. That's not exactly what Damien wants you to do. And the turning around part or the butt kicking? Oh, the turning around part or the butt kicking. I'll leave that to your imagination. Damien has a script that he wants to see play out. People try to revolt, fail, and get killed. Hey! Thank you, Embers! What is up? I guarantee you, if we do just that, he has a plan for it. He'll find some kind of way to turn us against each other, and then none of us will be making it out of here alive. Oh, Embers, I'm so sorry. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Even so, we can't just stay here and wait until we're out of time. Embers, you're so nice. Stop it. Please let me know if there's anything I can do. We're out of time. Sleepy and I will go flip the switch. Besides, we're the only two people here who can do anything about it. What do you mean by that? I thought only you and Damien. I'll explain on the way. There's no time. Sleepy, are you ready to run? I won't allow it. There's no way we are letting Sleepy go back there without us. You said it, sister. I'm not letting you all lose your one chance of getting out of here. Scarlet, please. You know exactly what Damien is capable of. I don't like this cat. I know. Let them go. Believe me, I hate this. I hate to do this to my core, but Cat's right. Cat didn't waste a moment. She reached for my hand. Okay, here we go, folks. Before I knew it, what I was doing, we ran off the boat together and back to the mansion as fast as we could. I was running on pure instincts like my body had done this before countless times. I looked back at the boat just once, but I couldn't help but linger for a moment. I could tell from their faces that they wanted to be running with me, not waiting for us to come back. I'm going to make Damien pay for making them suffer like this. We went back to running. I followed Cat's lead. It's earlier than I planned, but there's no time like the present for... Oh, for what? I went too fast. For exposition about your past. It would be good to know why I'm running with you. Would I happen to be resistant to bullets? Well, we'll find out. We'll find out if you are together, though if you look at your history, I'd say no. Hey, I survived the time you shot me. I'm pretty resistant. Touché. Before you came onto this show, you were a producer, just like me. We were a producer! We used to work together. We were partners in more ways than one, though. That was forever ago. Living and working on this island was the only life I'd ever known. It sounds awful, but I didn't have a problem with running these shows. There was nothing different to compare it to. But then I met you. I've got an idea what would bring someone like you to this island, but meeting you changed me. She smiled like I'd never seen before. You made me see that there's a world out there that was beautiful. You made me hope that I could be a part of that world one day. And you helped me realize that we needed to shut this place down if we wanted there to be a world out there at all. For years, we worked together to free as many people as we could from these death trap shows. We'd ship them away to safety, fake their deaths, everything. And we did just that for a time. Then Damien started to suspect something was up. Each day, he got closer and closer to figuring out until I knew we couldn't stay any longer. But it was too late by then. Damien caught us. You mean you betrayed me? I can't remember much, but I remember you and we were together. And then you sold me out right when we were trying to escape. Why? It's like I said before, I didn't have a choice, and I still don't. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore, and I don't expect you to, but we need each other's help to get off this island. Since both of us are technically still producers, we can activate the switch if we work together. We don't even have to take Damien down, though I doubt he'd let us use it that easily. Can you trust me enough for that? Honestly, I don't know. Part of me wants to trust Cat, the same part that unconsciously remembers that I did that for years and years, but how can I forget the betrayal, even if she had her resources? Sure, I'll keep an eye on her. When we get back to the mansion, Kat made a beeline for the lab. I ran with her as fast as I could. Our footsteps on the winding metal staircase echoed like a thundering drum. You're about to see the real reason why the show is on this island. Kat took out the master key, slid it into a hidden socket behind the wall. One of the tanks. Click! Don't say I didn't warn you. The same wall split into 2 doors, slowly revealing another hidden staircase. You think you guys could get an elevator instead? I said the same thing. As soon as I took 1 step on the staircase, I could tell something was different. Something was telling me that I shouldn't go down there. Come on, we don't have time to waste. I've got nothing to lose. With each step, it grew darker and darker. Eventually, I couldn't see my own hand in front of my face. Then, light. Blinding light. And claws? Welcome, welcome! You finally made it! Damien's face was plastered over countless screens in a stadium that could fill tens of thousands of people. Countless cameras littered the seats, all focused on center stage, a battleground sprawling with maze-like walls of all shapes and sizes and littered with guns. Thanks to the walls, we couldn't see Damien directly, but we knew he was here from the screens. We wouldn't have a show without you, idiots, so I'm glad you actually came back. Aw man, you couldn't even bring back the others? You're no fun. You just really gotta make me work, huh? Anyway, congrats on making it this far, etc., etc. I gotta say, I'm proud of you for making it here, daughter of mine. I'm impressed that you remember your old haunt just from a few seconds of video. No thanks to you, dirtbag. Is that any way to thank someone who gives you room and board? You gave Sleepy a way nicer room than I ever got. Blame your mom for that one, kid. Anyway, how about you be a dear and explain the game we've got going on here? The switch we're looking for is somewhere in here. The problem is, so is Damien, and he's got a gun and more ammunition than he needs to kill both of us. What about the weapons on the ground? Maybe there's something we can use to level the playing field? It's all we can do, but the odds aren't in our favor. Most of the weapons laying around are useless. They were meant to to make people lose hope that we could fight back. Most is better than all of them, at least. Well, yes and no. There's no hope to lose if they knew that all of them were fake. That's Damien's MO. He'll give the people trapped on his shows just enough hope for escape, and he'll use that to trap you. Real guns among the fake ones, boats and planes when you're trapped on an island. If we're going to make it through this, you can't fall for his game, understand? Loud and clear. Then let's go, there's no time to waste. We ran from wall to wall, taking cover between each time. When we had the chance, we'd pick up what looked like a gun, see if it was real. We only had seconds to check for each one. Damien was hot on our tail. A gunshot rang out, blowing a hole through the wall. Kat and I were hiding behind. What's the matter? You're like 2 rats in a lab. He fired again. Shrapnel in the wall scraped my arm. Oh my goodness. Crap. It was like my arm had been lit on fire. Sleepy, you okay? I'll live, don't worry. We need to find a weapon, and we need to find the switch. We ran behind another wall, narrowly dodging another shot from Damien. It dawned on me that he wasn't even trying to hit us. He was trying to make us scared. And it was working, but why? He's reloading. Come on. We dashed out from behind the wall and ran past Damien, looking desperately for the switch and for any weapons we could find. Managed to pick up 2 pistols. Kat did the same. Dang, these look like fakes too. How's yours looking? I took a look at the first one. Upon further inspection, it was clear it was no more than a plastic toy, but the second one, Kat realized it the same second I did. It was real, with a single bullet loaded. Alright, that's good. Another shot rang out, blowing a hole in the wall just next to where my head was a second ago. Crap, how come he gets that freaking hand cannon? The budget's got to go somewhere, I guess. Anyway, we've got the gun. That's probably the only real one in the stadium. We need to find the switch now. Even with the gun, we're no match for him. Sounds good to me. We ran further through the stadium opposite the entrance until we were square in the middle of the stadium, and there it is, the switch. You think they'd have hit it better. Damien's laughter echoed through the arena as he reappeared on the screens above the arena. Congrats, you found the switch. It's a shame. I forgot to mention something about the switch here. It won't do jack crap, even if you both have access, as long as I've got a heartbeat. And I plan on sticking around, but I'm not heartless. In fact, I think I'm a pretty decent guy for what I'm about to do. Cat looked like she had just seen a ghost. Cat, Sleepy, I've got an offer you can't refuse, but only one of you can claim it. If either of you kills the other, I'll let the one left standing go. We'll forget this ever happened and call it a wrap on Find Love or Die Trying. I'll even let the survivor leave the island. I can even guarantee I'm telling the truth because this is airing live to the world right now. People bow down and get in line because I tell the truth, because they know I keep my word. They wouldn't believe me for a second if I ever went back on it, you know? Not a bad deal, huh? Especially considering that if no one takes the offer, I'll just kill you both. I'm giving you 5 minutes to decide, then I'm coming for you. The screen shuts off. Cat and I looked at each other, a mix of horror and fear on her face, and there was no doubt that mine mirrored hers. Sleepy, I can't imagine what's racing through your head now. You probably think I'm going to betray you again, right? I was at a loss for words. You don't have to say anything. Look, I can't blame you for doubting me, and honestly, if you just shot me right now, I'd be okay with it, because then you'd be free to go. I know Damien will keep his word, but if there's even the slightest chance that you want me to be able to escape from here too, then I need to ask you something that I know sounds insane. What's that? I need you to give me the gun, the only real one we've got. Look, I'm not stupid enough to not know how that sounds. The simple reality is I've known you for so long. The one thing I know about you is that you're a terrible shot. Me, I'm as good as you can get on this island. I think I'm our best bet at taking him down. But I understand completely if you're not willing to trust me. If you think I'm lying, I get it. And if you trust me, she closes her eyes and presses her finger against her forehead. Then please make it quick. The gun in my hands had never felt so heavy. On one hand, a guarantee that I can make it out of here alive. On the other hand, trusting Cat. Can I trust Cat after all she's done to me? Can I really believe her words when the memories that can prove or deny them are lost to me? I've got no time. I have to choose. You guys, what are we doing? Should I trust Cat to get Damien, or should I just get her right now? You guys, I kind of feel like I should trust her. I kind of feel like she should get it. She could get it. But also, I don't know. You guys, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I know Nalem would kill her. But I don't know if I can do that. I'm too nice. I don't know if I could do that. I think I'm gonna try and trust her. I think I'm gonna try and trust her. Oh no. Oh no. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna trust her. Okay. Okay, we gave her the gun. After everything I've done, after everything you've done, yes, I still trust you. I know you've been forced to do some awful things to people that didn't deserve it, but I know there's good in you and I believe in that good. Take it. Thank you, Sleepy. She took the gun from my hands. I won't let you down. Well, if you do, it's not like I'd be around for long enough to regret it. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's do this. Okay, so she didn't shoot me immediately, so that's good. That's good. She didn't shoot me immediately. We decided to seek Damien out and try to get the drop on him rather than waiting for him at the switch. My heart was practically beating out of my chest. I couldn't tell if Cat was as nervous as I was. If she was, she hid it with the poker face she always had. We dashed to another wall for cover, looked around, and repeated how much time had passed. It feels like we've been looking for him for hours with the pressure, though I know it can't be more than a few minutes. As the time passed, I could tell Cat was growing more and more impatient. She trained her gun wherever she looked, her trigger finger ready to shoot our only bullet at the time. Left, right. I glanced around, then looked at her and back again. Her hands were shaking. Look left, look right. We've only got one shot to make it or break it. Look back to Cat. She's checking a corner ahead of us. She looks left, she looks right. It takes everything I have to stay focused. Don't think about dying, not even the possibility. She turns to look back at me. Oh no. Oh no. Damien's walking closer and closer from behind her with his gun resting on his shoulder. He can't be more than 10 meters away. He slowly lifts the gun from its resting position, but I know it. I'm running towards her with everything I have. Something is making me run, something I've forgotten, something I'm just starting to remember. Okay, now we're having a flashback. It's the two of us at the beach. I can see it now. How many hours has it been? We made it to our ship, but it wasn't enough. The alarms were deafening. Security was going to be here any minute, and our only saving grace, our ship, wouldn't start. That's it then. I never heard Kat ever sound so desperate. Well, at least we tried, right? Okay, so Kat is the one from our dreams. Who else can say that? She lowered her head and leaned on me. No, we're not giving up just yet. There's nothing we can do, Sleepy. The engine's broken and the guards will be here any minute. We've got at least some weapons. It's not over yet. I grabbed precious few firearms we had and split them between us. There's 2 of us and hundreds of them. There's no point. Not to mention you're a terrible shot. You're right. Taking them head on would be a personal unaliving, but that's not what you'll be doing. Me, I'm just some nobody, but you're the big man's daughter after all. Your word means a lot to them. She was horrified. I would be too if I were in her shoes right now. No, I won't let you do this, Sleepy. We don't have a choice. Look around. Look, I'm not happy either, but both of us dying here would be worthless. But if you live, we get a second chance to make it out of here, a second chance to see the other side. I know, but what's the point? Oops. But what's the point if it's not with you? Sorry about that. You'll have to find out yourself. They're almost here. Come on, we're running out of time. Her hands were shaking. It looked like she was going to drop her gun any second. I hate you for this, you know. I know, and I'm sorry. She slowly raised her arms and trained the guns. Oh, so I'm the one that told her to shoot me. And now we wait. Can you do me a favor? What's that? Don't shoot the face, please. I'm rather proud of it. I don't know what I'd do without my supernaturally good looks. She laughed through the tears. I would have still loved you even without them. Right back at you, Kat. She kissed me for the last time. I love you, Sleepy. I love you too. Sorry, but it's gonna be the face. Let me just take off the safety. Wait, I didn't sign up for this. I heard my favorite sound one last time. I could hear the guards coming. We've only got seconds left. On the bright side, I won't owe you $10. Our bet? She laughed. I think it's pretty clear who won the bet. I could see the guards now. My time is up. What makes you say you did it? I'm alive? Everything hurts so bad. I almost wish I wasn't. The shock must have knocked me out cold. I coughed up blood as my vision flashed in and out rapidly, too fast to tell if I'd been fatally shot. It was all I could do to try to stay conscious. It's, as you said, Father, anyone who breaks our law must be punished. I could just barely make out her voice, but it brought comfort to me. You really do take after me. You made your old man very, very proud. Oh, will you look at that? Looks like our little hero's got some life left. You know, Sleepy, you're in luck. See the whole escaping thing? I'm afraid I'm going to have to fire you. No severance. I tried to make a witty comeback, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was coughed up blood. But you're in luck. A new opportunity's just opened up, and I think he kicked me in the stomach, then rolled me over with his foot. You'd be the perfect fit. He laughed as he crushed my palm under his foot. You might think I'm going soft on you, but not killing you outright. He looked down at me, then back at her. But mark my words, you'll both wish I had. Do whatever you want. I don't care about Sleepy anymore. He laughed. I never did like Sleepy much anyway. My vision's fading. His words turned into vapor as I could feel myself crumbling into nothing. The last thing I saw was her face. She was holding the river back with everything she had. Who are you going to fool with that poker face? Kat. I love you. Always have. Always will. I'm so sorry for what I've forced you to do. Even more so, I'm sorry that you'll be alone now. But I hope one day you'll understand. Flashback to reality. I've almost reached Kat. I pushed myself to run faster, faster, faster than I ever have in my life. Kat doesn't see him, but she sees the alarm going off in my eyes. Damien points the gun at his daughter. He's preparing to take the shot. Kat starts to turn around, but there's no time. Damien's finger pulls the trigger. What am I doing? I see the world turn to slow motion. Why am I throwing away my life for Kat? These memories, they're mine, yet not at the same time. Who can say if I'm the same person as before who loved her so much? Who can say if these memories form a completely different me compared to what I am now? There's no time for answers. Even if I've forgotten you over and over, somehow I remember you, and I know that I would do anything for you. I run past Kat and throw myself in front of her because I love her. A gunshot rings out. It's like my body is struck by lightning and set aflame. He fires again and again. Undescribable pain ripples through my body as shot after shot rips through me. Ain't no way we're surviving this, homie. It's not like the movies where someone can stand after being shot over and over. The firing stops and my vision starts to fade. I can barely hear him reloading over the sound of my body screaming in agony. My knees buckle. I start to fall. As I fall, I can see Kat with her gun trained on Damien. There's no fear in her eyes. Her hands aren't shaking, but she's biting her lips so hard I can see it bleeding. The last thing I see before dark takes me is her finger pressing down on the trigger. Damien fires back. Oh boy. Wake up, Sleepy. Please, please don't die. What's happening? Am I alive? I'd never heard her sound so desperate. Please just wake up. I can't lose you again. Not again. It took everything I had just to open my eyes and breathe. Kat was cradling me in her arms with tears streaming down her face. Thank goodness, don't pass out again. You almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry, Kat. I coughed up blood. Save your strength. Did you get him? We did. That's great. The switch? We should be able to get it now, but you're in no shape to walk, and to be honest, I'm not in the best shape either. I looked up at her and felt my heart drop. You've been shot, she laughed. Now that I know what it feels like, I'm even more sorry for shooting you back then on the beach. There was nothing else you could have done, Kat. That didn't stop me from regretting it every second for the past 2 years. That day I made a promise to myself. It didn't matter how many people I'd have to hurt or how much I would have to hurt. Okay. I would get you off this island alive and well, even if it was the last thing I did, even if I had to see you fall in love with somebody else 100 times, even if I knew it meant I could never be with you again. I made a promise back then, and I'll keep it, even if it kills me. Slowly, Kat tried to lift me off the ground and onto her back. She screamed and coughed up blood as she tried to lift me. Stop! You're going to get yourself killed! Then that's exactly what I'm going to do. She lifted me onto her back and took one step back towards the switch. I told myself back then, she stepped forward again, her legs were trembling, that if you weren't leaving this island alive, neither would I. Another step. Because I love you, you know. One more step. I know you don't remember most of our time together. Her breath is getting ragged. She takes several steps, then have to pause for breath. Honestly, I'm glad you even remember bits and pieces. I'm grateful for whatever I can get. The switch is in sight, and maybe the you I fell in love with doesn't even exist anymore. We're so close to it yet so far. But I'd like to believe it's still you, Sleepy, that you're still the same Sleepy that I fell in love with, and we're just steps away from the switch. That I'm still the one you love. She laughed bitterly. It's just wishful thinking, I know. We're here. We made it. She coughed up blood again. Need to put your hand on the scanner. Can you do that? Got it. I used the last of my strength to reach my hand forward. With every inch I drew closer to it, my vision grew darker. I pushed harder and harder with everything I had. Got it. My turn. Done. All that's left is to pull the switch. Sorry, Sleepy, I'm going to have to put you down for a second. No problem. Kat gently rested me on the ground. I can barely even stand now. She stumbled towards the switch. She managed to catch it with her hands and used it to keep herself upright. Here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. She pulled it with the last of her strength. A second later, she fell to the ground by my side. The thing that filled the stadium, that must be the barrier opening. We did it, Sleepy. I'm sorry, Sleepy. What for? I don't think we're getting out of here after all. I can't even move. It's okay. We had a good run, you know. I guess you could say that. At least the girls will be able to get out of here. They deserve better than to die here. Yeah. I love you, Sleepy. Always have, always will. For the past 2 years, I dreamed of us starting a new life together somewhere far from here. But I guess life's not like the movies. Dreams don't come true. I wish we could have met in a different place, in a different time. Maybe, just maybe then, Sleepy, we... Kat! Kat! Her eyes were closed. Streams of tears ran down from both her eyes. My vision blurred even more as tears welled up in mine. If we could have met in a different place, in a different time, I'm sure our story would have been so different. I wish we could have, Cat. I tried to move closer to her, but my body refused. It was all I could do to move my head around. I looked around in futility for some kind of miracle that could save us both, but this is too sad an ending. I looked to Cat. I looked to the heavens, which had all but abandoned us. I looked behind us, and I saw what could only be described as angels. I tried to speak, but no words came out. I must be dreaming. I must be. The world turned to black. Am I dead? If I keep asking myself that, it's bound to be right sooner or later. But somehow, I think there's more to come in my story, and I know there's one person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. Oh gosh, we have to choose one of them now. I don't know. I feel like Cat should be like... I feel like Cat should be the choice, but also I don't really want her to be the choice. Like you do to us. I don't know. I feel like Cat should never be the choice. So Allie, if we don't choose Cat, I think Allie is my next choice. I feel like Cat should be dead anyway. Okay, we'll choose Allie. I feel bad after all Cat just did for us, but you know, whatever. Whatever. I woke up in an unfamiliar room. Is the room shaking? I tried to get up. Ow! I looked down at my body. I'd been bandaged up enough to look like a mummy, but I'm alive. Look who finally decided to wake up. It's good to see you again, Sleepy. Right back at you, Allie. Not gonna lie, you had us all pretty worried there for a moment. I like to keep things interesting. That's the spirit. Well, I should let the others know you're okay. Allie ran off and came back a few moments later. See, Cat's not here. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you're all right. You really didn't make it easy to save you either. Oh, and if you find yourself craving brains and bananas, that's entirely unrelated to how I treated you. I'm just thankful it worked. I'm so glad to see you're safe and sound, Sleepy. If you died after all we've been through, I'd kill you. But I'm really happy that you're here. Well, I think we're all trying to say is we're glad you're okay. You know, the Resistance could use someone like you, Sleepy. Besides, it doesn't look like you have a real job anymore, huh? I'll have to think on that. Thanks, guys. You really stuck out your neck to save Cat and I could never thank you enough. It's what you would do for us, Sleepy. Indeed, we ran after you two just moments after you'd left. There's no point in us escaping if it wasn't with you, Sleepy. Yeah, I know Cat said not to, but hey, I didn't remember at that time, so it's all good. By the way, Cat's doing well. She's resting in the room next door. We even managed to save the Brothers 5, too. I couldn't let them be stranded after all. All we've been through together. That's great news. Thanks for letting me know. I should be thanking you. None of us would have made it off the island if it wasn't for you and Cat. It's true, despite whatever you may have heard Tara say. I'm just saying, I'm pretty much right. I have a pretty mean right hook. Oh my gosh, I can't read anymore. I gotta go to bed. It's so good to see you all. I have no idea what the world ahead has for each of us, but whatever it has in store, we'll face it together. You bet. I'm surprised you can say that with a straight face, but yes. I wouldn't have it any other way. I could really use you as a PR person for the Resistance, Sleepy. You've got a thing for speeches. Wait a minute, is everyone here and Cat's next door? Who's driving the boat? Everyone looked at Tara. And that's a series of exit for a terabyte. She ran off like a cartoon character. We laughed together. It felt like it's been so long since we could just laugh. No cameras, no fear, just friends fooling around. Huh? Anyway, it's so good to see you're okay. That said, team, we need to give Sleepy some time to rest. Once again, I'm not trying to quarantine you because we didn't use a zombie virus's unique properties to save you. Thanks, Scarlet, and thank you everybody for coming to see me. Don't mention it. We're all in this together. All right, see you later. All right, enough with the cheese. Get out of here, Sleepy. I mean, before Sleepy needs rest, yes. I don't know what she was saying. That's fine. And with that, I was alone. Whew! I thought they'd never leave. Hey, Scarlet, what's up? Nothing. She was hiding a syringe behind her back. Need to give you a shot. For good luck. Right. I put my arm forward. Well, the doctor knows best. I'm not a doctor. She injected the good luck into my arm. I just wanted to say thanks again. My life went off the rails back at the island even before the show. That's putting it lightly. She laughed. I know if I stayed there, I never would have been truly happy for the rest of my life. I never would have been able to help people ever again. So thank you again, Sleepy. You've been out. You've been out, so there's no way you'd know, but today's the day that would have been the last day of the show, the final ceremony where you ask one of the girls to be with you. Now, I'm not saying anyone's rushing for a proposal, but I think there's somebody who wants to see you. She's waiting for you on the deck. Don't keep her waiting. Thanks, Scarlet. She kissed me on the cheek. Don't mention it. And then I was alone in the room. It's time to go see her. Hey! Hey there, Sleepy. Whoa! Should you be up here? You're hurt. I'll manage. I wanted to see you, and some things just can't wait. What's up? I wanted to say thanks, Allie. Without you, we never would have made it out. Oh, come on. You're gonna make me blush. You know that's not true. You pick now of all times to be modest, huh? Even so, I know that without you, I probably would have given up long before we got to this point. You made me hope for a better world out there and made me want to make it better too. You made me think that living in this world could be beautiful again if it wasn't with you. Not to mention I never laughed as hard and had as much fun as when I'm with you. I guess what I'm trying to say is I love you, Ellie, and I want to go wherever you will go if you'll have me. I'm amazed you can say that with a straight face. I feel the same way. We're stretching. Feel the same way. At times I've spent with you. The times I've spent with you here are some of the best times I've ever had. I'm warning you, though, if you want to stick around with me, it's only going to get crazier. I like the sound of that. I'm cool with any amount of crazy as long as I stay by your side. Well, aren't you romantic? But I think I could get used to it. No, Embers! Is everything okay? Ellie pulled me close and kissed me passionately. No, Embers, it's okay. You have a lot going on. It's all good. How does overthrowing a corrupt government sound as a fourth date? Couldn't help but laugh. Sounds like a plan. Ta-da. We did it! It's over! That lasted so long. I didn't think that was gonna take so long. That's fair, Embers. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know. I can message you on Discord too. It's over! It is over! Oh. Oh no, Embers, I'm so sorry. I know Nalem finally is right. That lasted so freaking long. Nalem, it's a free game. You can do it if you want to see where things go with Scarlet. It's a free game. Go for it. I feel kind of bad about not choosing Cat, but like I didn't really like her that much. It felt very forced. The whole thing with Cat felt very forced. Everyone. I felt that though, Nalem. I felt that. Embers, this game took like 6 hours, if not more. It was crazy. We gotta start. Me too, Embers. Let me know if there's anything I can do for reals. For realsies. So, yeah. We did it. We escaped. It's all good. I kind of wanted to just get... like, just have it end abruptly like that. I think that would have been better, TBH. Well, Nalem, I thought that this would end sooner so I could play Dead by Daylight, but that didn't happen either. If you liked playing my game... Please consider supporting me as a creator. I'd like to make more games for you to enjoy. 6 days? Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, good. Okay, good. I gotta go pay all my things, though. Or spend all my things. Spend all my things. We did it, homie. Jeez. Well, on that note, that's fair, Nalem. On that note, I'm gonna go to bed, dudes. It's so late. Everyone should go to bed. That was such a lovely song. That was so lovely. Alrighty, well. The grind don't stop. For real, Bruce. I feel that. For real, Bruce. Well, I feel like this is great outro music for me. Nalem, you're whack. Okay, guys. Back to our regularly scheduled programming tomorrow, 10 p.m. Halloween, spooky times. I'm gonna play extra spooky games. I don't know. Probably. I have no idea, actually, what I'm gonna play. I don't have any plan. I don't know what I'm gonna dress up as, but it's gonna be great! And you better stop in. I know it's Halloween, so if you have plans, that's okay. But try and stop in and say hi. That would be so great. And I hope you guys sleep well. Yes, Embers. Go to bed, Embers. Go to bed, Nalem. Bruce, I don't know. Go to bed, I guess. Okay, everybody. Sleep well. Have a great day tomorrow. I will be back 10 p.m. tomorrow to play some spooky games on Halloween with the final costume of our 13 days of costumes. And you guys are great. And I love you. And I will check it right after I get off. Good night, everybody.